alive.
Different pictures, can't you?
Yeah, I can. But I'm telling you, that's a better looking one if you ask me.
Right. I was just saying, every week if you wanted to.
Yep. I'm gonna have to put a call out there and get some rooms to send me some pictures. Yeah. Some good pictures of the room.
There's a picture of the Lou up on there. It don't matter.
Jericho, the Lou.
Okay.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Peaceful Sabbath as we get about our hour's business. Y'all know how we do it. We turn toward Holy Jerusalem, from whence our help coming from. Y'all see how we turn toward Holy Jerusalem on the green screen?
Right. Yes, sir.
All right, family. We're going to get this opening prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And is in the name of his only begotten and beloved Son. Yes. Our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer. Yahushua HaMashiach. But we know him as Jesus the Christ, family. Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms. In the 17th chapter, it reads, Hear the right, O Yahweh. Attend unto my cry. Yes. Give ear unto my prayer, yes, that goeth not out of feigned lips. Yes. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shall find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O Yahweh. Incline thy ear unto me, and hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest, yes, by the right hand of them that put their trust in thee, from those that rise up against them. Yes, sir. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, yes, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. Yes. They are enclosed in their own fat. Yeah. With their mouth they speak proudly. Mm. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, yes, sir, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Yahweh, yes, disappoint him, yes, cast him down, yes, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Yes. From men which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, yes, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. Yes. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. Yes, I shall be satisfied, yes, when I awake with thy likeness. Hallelujah! 17.
Because you're going to be immortal one way or the other when you awake.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Just hoping we don't go to something immortal that's hot.
Right, no doubt.
So y'all, what we're going to do today is Tubai sent out a quick clip on, question and answer after the spring feast days, because there's still, sometimes misunderstanding, or want to get clearer on it before we move to our next set of feasts, going into our fall feast.
Yes,
Y'all understand what I'm saying? So we want to get clear on these before you get into the other ones that's coming. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want a whole year of questionable what I should be doing feast days.
Right.
Confusion, absolutely, bro. So if that's not the case, we'll also pick back up. We talked about the scapegoat, the one that was sent out, that Aaron was sent out to the wilderness. The Messiah fulfilled both the scapegoat and the righteous lamb. He fulfilled both of those within one, but there's also a dark side of Azazel. If we get through the questions, we'll pick that back up and we'll show you that side of what this demon does. Because we have to understand this spiritual warfare. That's why Paul say idols are nothing. A piece of material item is absolutely nothing unless you give it power. But devils and demons are real.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And they attack. You could feel it. When you say the hair standing up on your neck, that ain't because a car sped past you really fast. If he is, he going 1,000. Or he going pew, one or the other. For your hair to stand up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I did have a partner who used to drive through the work zones on the highway, boy, he didn't care what it said, slow down. If he said 70, that's what he was doing. They were standing out there with that thing, slow down. When he passed and they pulled his shirt out their pants. Hey, point that down, slow that down. So y'all, we want to just pick it up again. If too bad we got any questions now before we get started, y'all know what we like to do. Continue send prayers up for the house of Ishua. His brother passed, his younger brother. So still praying for comfort for that household.
Yes, sir.
Also our elder Levi Raphael, his son Jeffrey, who passed as well. More comfort for that family. And also our Emo and Mister back there,
Yes,
recovering 100.
Yeah.
Emo back to regular, ain't she? The house of Uriah, also and Sister Hananiah. And we I pray for our brother Uriah. He said he failed. You may see him on the Pentecost video, and his back was a little sore, really sore. He was walking with a staff. Yep. So he was pretty whooped down a little bit. So we definitely need to lift that bro up, that he gain his strength back. Also to our big brother and uncle Agda, our cousin, over in the homeland, Sister Yisraela, Imam, Naomi, also Andre and Sister Luciana, recovering tremendously, y'all. And also Elder Judah and Sister Tashiba, who also happy belated anniversary, which they had earlier in the week. They have a great anniversary. Also our Rodney out in Minnesota. And he wanted to get down for Pentecost really bad, but what he found out is that there may be an assistant with a medical device that'll allow him to travel, to where he don't have to worry about getting to a site to get his weekly test that he has to get done. He can actually, they got a device that he'll be able to travel with. So all praise. So hopefully if he comes to the STL, he have all the equipment he needs, won't have to be worrying about, his health or anything. Yes, I'm over there, Jeremiah.
Special prayer for OG Maddox, he's going through something right now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the doctor. Definitely shouts out. Jake told me he did speak with him last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? We got also Todd Shepard. Yeah.
Also, I just met a young guy, just got out of jail, named John Swaninger. And well, anyway, he's going through a lot. He got an ankle bracelet on him.
Oh yeah, so he's monitoring device, so to
that's
speak.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's follow him
Yes,
everywhere he goes as he follows Christ.
Yes, sir. No problem with that. The slave master just want to know where he at.
Yep.
What's going on, Jeremiah? You had something else?
You said talking about demons are real.
Yeah.
Thursday night, I heard somebody screaming and hollering like a werewolf. So I
That was a serious
couldn't see
scream,
him
yes, sir.
I couldn't see him on my camera, so I went out in my yard. There was a little young guy, I can't tell, might be a teen, 19 or 20, big old natural, had his shirt off, man, he was screaming and hollering. But when the police came, man, they was gonna kill that boy.
Yeah, they was.
My next door neighbor, she's a police, and she came, they was gonna pop that young
Oh,
guy.
they was, look, because they don't wanna take a chance on it, you know, and they're looking for a time to unload.
And she hollered out, he said, he autistic, don't mess with him.
Yeah.
They strapped him down on the stretcher. You know that dude broke them straps on that
Boy,
stretcher,
look
man?
here. I'm
I mean,
telling you,
that's what I
that's
know.
when you know they're possessed,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're coming with supernatural strength. We're talking about legions, you know, that dwell in the individual. That's supernatural power. And not to cut it off, but a partner of mine said they brought one. He was working security at the hospital right there on Delmore and what used to be right there, Delmore Clyde right there,
St.
yeah,
Luke's.
St. Luke's, yeah.
Yeah.
He said they brought in one man, said it took him half the police force to strap him down. They say when he got to the hospital, he was on that gurney, and he said he was standing there, he said he was growling and lifted up and lifted the whole thing up, and he was standing on it, still strapped, but he was standing up. And he said he broke loose, and he said he hit him with that baton, and say he smiled at him. Like, may I have enough? And he hit him again 2 or 3 more times, and he just smiled and growled again. He said he quit work that day. He said that was too much for him. He said at that point, because he knew I would have to beat him worse than they beat Rodney King to get him under some control, and he said they ended up tasing him and got the bed back down. But he said other than that, he said that bothered him the rest of the night. That morning he just called in, he like, this work ain't for me.
Right.
You know, dealing with that psychosis like that, because y'all have to understand, once demonic spirits get hold of you, they the driver.
Yeah, like we talked a while back when we say about the spiritual world, we gonna start seeing
You gonna start seeing them regularly.
Yeah.
They're just manifesting. You got to know what to do. The problem is right now, they're manifesting as babies and your young children. They'll take a quick flash and you look at them, and this is why people killing their children. The first thing they say, I thought it was a demon.
Right.
You know, because they're playing with your mental. Did I think, did I see that? Did I see that? Did I see that? And they jump on the child and, well, you know, anything you beating that small, something gotta be, as soon as the sirens come, the demons leave. And you standing there with blood on your hand. Tell me what I done did. They're like, you know what you done did. Get it back in this car.
Right.
And you gotta understand, these police are scared to death.
Oh, and look, they already say y'all already powerful now. Y'all got that supernatural on you now. Ain't nothing we gonna be able to do with you. So, but you know, it's just also a way to further the affliction. Because I watched this one where they pleaded with this lady about her dog. There was another dog in heat in a car, so this dog was trying to get in the car, pit bull. And the owner, she said, I gave him 6 Benadryls to try to calm him down in his food, and that wasn't calming down. He was trying to get in that car. He jumped up on the hood because the dog inside was in heat. So one guy came, he bit him. Then the police came out of control. He bit him, and they still wouldn't shoot him. They discussing, should we tase him or something? I'm like, if that had been a brother bit y'all on the thumb, y'all would kill.
They killed my dog in front of me when I was 7 years old, and he ain't bite nobody.
Boy, look here, but they never did end up, they just end up put that noose around his neck and put him in the car, but still the whole time, I mean, them bit one police down to the bone. He said, it's down to the bone, I could see it, and they had to put a turn. I'm like, so they going this much extra mile instead of just killing this dog.
Yes, sir.
Because if a child had to walk by and he'd have got on, they couldn't have got him off of him.
But this is what the thing was related about it. That howl and that scream,
Yeah.
it wasn't natural.
It wasn't natural. No, it ain't natural.
You know
No.
what I'm saying? That's why, you know, when I heard it,
Yeah.
that's why I said, something ain't right.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, like I said, my cameras wouldn't pick it up. But when I seen him, man, he was running like a squirrel. I mean, running up and down the street, turning flips.
Yeah. He was either on that wet one or them demons was having the match.
But, man, as Brother Jay said, them great shoulders from the pop.
Oh yeah, they wasn't gonna waste their time no more because they know. They don't want to do the paperwork. They don't want to write it up. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to wrestle with them. They'll take them to the hospital. And y'all have to understand, this is why they've almost closed down all mental facilities. Like we used to have Malcolm Blisses and different things. They can take them to, those are gone. So now the police come with no training and they get the warning that, hey, he may be a little schizo, got a little PSTD. So they're coming, you know, regardless, to just treat him like anything else. We're not gonna treat that like he's, you know, having a personal issue. He's out of control and crazy. We need to put that heat on him. That heat'll get them demons moving.
But you know, that's how they played it with our brother Thaddeus.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Sir.
I didn't know Thaddeus had schizophrenia, and I used to be with him. But they had previous calls to that address,
Yes, sir.
and they had dealt with him before. But when they were out there this last time, he had the Bible in his hand and he had a knife.
In one hand, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they opened up on him with live gunfire. They
Yeah.
shot him one time with a rubber bullet. Then he thought they were trying to kill him.
Yeah.
So he ran toward him.
Oh.
But with all of them down there and all that tactical gear and all
Yeah.
these police and
Taser.
nobody could, he was 143 pounds.
I'm saying a taser could have
Right, they could've
the
tased him.
taser, man, and would have run them to enough to just put the cuffs on them and get them to the hospital. But once they see a weapon,
Yeah.
their training tells them that's a legal kill.
License to keep it.
It's a license to kill, and y'all got to understand, some of them want to kill.
Right.
They got in it to kill.
Looking for a reason to kill.
So you have to understand that some police ain't never pulled their weapon out of their holster, but for training.
Mm-hmm.
And they proud of it. Some are proud. It's contrary to belief, some are proud they never had to pull their weapon out of their holster. But you got a lot of them joined up to pull it out.
Yeah.
So y'all, that's what we up against, but that's called furthering the affliction. They'll pay for that, but this nation will not pay for holding us captive.
Scriptures say agree with that
Adversary while you're in the way. And see, and when you can't agree with them under that ooh-wee, you know, you can agree with them because it's something else inside.
You got another agreement.
Yeah, you do.
And that's the shame though, man, is all those police were out there at his house and they didn't shoot him, they didn't try to subdue him, they didn't try to disable him. They started with the one rubber bullet, then it was automatic gunfire.
Right.
It wasn't like pow, 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 it was like brrr.
Well, see, if they had the correct training, or they probably did, that's going to agitate automatically. So you can't agitate them because, like you're saying, they flip the script and think they're being killed. So it's a lot of training that they need when they come for these episodes, because we gonna have it a lot, y'all, because we're finding ways to get high. And when you run out of money, and when you run out of ways, you'll try anything. You'll look under the kitchen sink. Oh, what is this? What type of chemicals in this? Maybe I can light a fire to this. And when you do, it's a whole nother level, y'all,
Right.
that they dealing with, because you get on that flocker. You ever seen the results of that? That's a whole nother beast, y'all. So we have to be extra careful of these individuals on these synthetics, because they'll just pop up in the grocery store on them. We have to watch our surroundings everywhere we go, because we're in the wilderness of the people. That means we're surrounded by people that's demonically possessed. And not only this, but with knowledge increasing, so many people are latching on, like I say, in the last days, to doctrines of devils. It's not doctrines of idols. Let's get it understood. An idol ain't gonna hurt you. Somebody can tell you, yeah, you put that in your house, and I ain't gonna put that in my house. But doctrines of devils, what I'm talking about, that includes a conjuring process. That you bring that demon up and give him permission to enter you. That's what's going on out there. If we will, let's just hit a little bit of that 1 Tim 4. Do we have any questions too by so far?
Yes, sir, you sure do.
Okay, but I just want to hit this 1 Tim 4 and see in the latter days what we're about to experience, y'all. And like you said, Elder J, we finna start seeing these things manifest themselves.
Yes.
Y'all, because it's coming down to the final war, like when the Messiah cast them demons out of that boy, and they ran, that was a whole legion, and they say they ran down and took on a herd of swine. So how many did he have in him to overpower a herd of swine and drove them into the river? So that's what we're dealing with. But those demons know when their time is near. They ask, have you come to torment us before the time?
And if you really look at that, brother, it's twofold thing, because the swine is in the biblical law, it's abomination.
Yes, sir.
And in the spiritual law, them demons was in them.
Yeah. Yeah. But way before then, it's just that what he sent them into, whoever was hurting them probably was sending them to market for eating. Let's get rid of them, drown them out. Yeah, that way they can't, send that whole herd to the river, because they may be sending it to market. You know, Donald Trump's daddy got famous on selling horse meat, doing that, looking for that gold and stuff. He had horse meat shacks, you know, like fast food restaurants, like rallies. He had a rally, all right. Horse hoof, you know, with fries.
You'll run faster.
Yeah.
That's why they shut down that dynamite food they was selling that horse.
Oh,
Man,
boy, I heard they're selling
terrible,
meat and
bro.
everything.
No problem.
And I was like, we grew up on this stuff.
Yeah, dying no mites.
He almost fired me because it was some mold on some meat.
Yeah.
And I put it in the trash. He said I ain't even try to wash it off.
Oh, boy, watch on
That's
mold.
what I was just about to
That was
say.
my last day working there.
Boy, your chance has been better to hit Powerball 3 times in the same week.
Like,
Then to
I'm
watch
getting
mold
used for
on.
at least 10 years.
Let's get it.
All right, family, we're going to be reading in the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4. Start the reading in verse 1.
Yes, sir.
It reads, Now the Spirit speaketh expressly.
What speaking expressly?
The Spirit
So-
speaketh expressly.
It's from on high. This ain't got nothing to do with man. This is the power from the Most High warning us. You can't get no better warning than the Spirit speaking expressly.
That's right.
Go ahead.
That in the latter time,
What time?
the latter time, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
See, giving heed, once you start listening to it, once you start, that's giving heed to it. When you do like this and say interesting,
Right.
you're giving heed and like they really talking about something. Once you do that, and this is why I'm saying the Spirit is doing this, because you're dealing with demons now in the latter time. So the Spirit has to come in and warn you of what it's combating in the latter time. Because that's the only thing going to be able to award it or keep it away from you is the Holy Spirit dwelling in you. That's the only thing can ward those demons off. Go ahead.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy.
What they speaking?
Lies and
And
hypocrisy.
see, lies and hypocrisy, and this is what these doctrines will do. One minute they'll say, well, we don't even believe the Messiah existed. And the next breath they quote Matthew 4:4. See, that's lying and hypocrisy, telling you the Messiah don't exist, and the next thing quoting the scripture about him, and then trying to explain it to you. See, all that other stuff, but I have to say in Matthew 4, you know, when the Messiah, I'm like, wait a minute, you talking about the individual you just said don't exist.
Right.
Now you're quoting scripture to me. So it warns us how they're going to be coming. Lies and hypocrisy. That's what you listening for. Ain't no need listening to that foolishness. Once they say the Bible is tampered with or something, then they go on to their doctrine and then try to come back in the Bible. Wait a minute. How we going back to the mold?
Right.
Zeb been through that trash can already. You can't wash that off.
He made me pull it out and wash it off.
No, it didn't, boy. Yes, sir. Well, you can't pull that demonic out and wash it off, because it can never can be considered clean or become clean.
Of an unclean thing, what can be
What
clean?
can be clean, because they're already marked for eternal death.
Right.
There's nothing that can get them out. There's no pardon. We can't dig Johnny Cochran up to get them off the hook. None of that. They are through peace.
Right.
Let's get some more.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
See, and that's what these naysayers are trying to get you to do. Make the pillow hot for you at night. Lord, what he said about the Bible, I believe the Bible, but that just bothers me. that? Why would they say that? And why is that in the Bible? See, they love passing that hot iron on your consciousness. That's when you can't sleep about the Word of God. And if the Word of God is making you not sleep, it's either a warning or doubt is overpowering you. And it's best you get up and pray, because you can't close them eyes with that type of doubt. The devil gonna have his way with you in your sleep.
Yeah.
And like Jeremiah say, look, they already manifest themselves to you. They just catch us in our subconscious, like between waking up and going to, waking up and still sleep. They kind of catch us right there, and you see them because you say, I seen them walk past the end of the bed. You're just seeing it in your subconscious, but pretty soon they gonna manifest. Right. And you got to tell them just straightforward, what you want round here? Look, this is what we have to understand. They know what their responsibility is to us. We just don't know. They got us scared of them. All they gotta do is say boo, and we take off running. But you say boo, you.
Right.
You gotta tell them, well, what you doing here? They have to answer. They're not under authority when they say, I can't tell you what my name is, a different thing. They have to answer you. That's the power we have over the supernatural. They must answer you. They can't deny you. So that's why they try to get doubt going. They're where they can scare you more and you lose your power, your edge on them. The Most High will put us in a position that where something supernatural like that could just tear our flesh up. Everybody will run from this doctrine. Everybody will run from the gospel if they're that scared. Mary Magdalene, the lie and the hypocrisy that she had, she was a prostitute. Long nerve. It ain't no scripture nowhere to say Mary Magdalene was a prostitute and she was working, they called the old mattress back. Here she comes. No, wasn't never that. She had 7 demons in her.
Mattress back.
Yeah, she had 7 demons in her. And they were powerful. And they were cast away and she was made whole again. What else to say, bro?
Verse 3.
Yeah.
Forbidding to marry.
Forbidding to do what?
Forbidding to marry.
And
commanding to abstain from meat.
So they're starting to command, don't get married the regular way. Or what is considered marriage. Don't get married, not the way God said it is. And to abstain from meats. They're teaching that different things, that to abstain what God says is okay. So they're breaking 2 covenants in one with that hypocrisy.
That's where the water sandwiches come from.
That's where the water sandwiches come from. Chewing ice, all of that. Get rid of the meat. Ice can taste like meat. There's chicken ice. The only way there's chicken ice is if you got that frostbite on a pack of chicken and you scrape it off. What else to say, bro?
Forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meat. Which Yahweh hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth.
So every creature was created, but it don't mean every creature can be for food. It's for them that know the truth about meat. The truth is Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14. That's the truth. So that's what you have to ask Thanksgiving for. You can't ask Thanksgiving for that horse meat Donald Trump daddy was selling. It ain't gonna pass. And you wonder why when people attack the temple, first thing they do is throw swine's blood on it. And a pig on the altar. See, they know that's pure defiled. If it wasn't, they'd throw another animal up there. They ain't never throw the crocodile up there. They ain't never throw nothing. They go for that swine. Let's get some more.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
For every creature of Yah is good, and nothing to be refused, if it is received with thanksgiving. For it is sanctified by the word of Yahweh in prayer.
So whatever meat that was on the clean list, and you think whatever's on the unclean list, and you think if it made clean, it must be sanctified by the word of God. And sanctified is to be made righteous, to be made clean. And there's nowhere, there's nowhere in these 66 books where unclean meat has ever been made clean that's on that list. Now, you may use it for something else, but what we're talking about is for food. for consumption. We can't eat the badger, but we wore badger skin shoes. You know why? Because they was waterproof. Sandals, they were like Timberlands of our day. Not only that, but badger skins covers the ark because it's waterproof and shockproof. So the skin and different things, the hide could be used, but we couldn't eat badger flesh. Couldn't be no badger sandwiches and you know, badger roast. Yeah. You know, couldn't be none of that.
Sounds tough.
Yes, sir. So go ahead, bro.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
If thou put the brethren in remembrance of these things, thou shalt be a good minister of Yahweh Mashiach, nourished up in the words of faith and of good doctrine.
Of good what?
Of good doctrine. Whereunto thou hast attained. But refuse profane and old wives' fables, and exercise thyself rather unto godly.
Because y'all, that's what we've been flooded with, old wives' tales. Things people are saying, and then the first thing they'll tell you, well, think on that, bro. Just think about that. What if this was like that? I can't think like that.
Right.
That's against my God's rules for me to think of anything else. If you're saying you're God, we have a measuring stick in the Bible to prove if you're the God you're serving is the Most High. Other than that, why are we going to waste our time with a lesser God?
Exactly.
Why would we do that and you keep running back to the God of this Bible? As tough as you talk, you name yourself God. You create your own doctrine, but yet you still looking at this God in here. And hoping people don't see what you're doing. Y'all, that's what we dealing with today. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
For bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come.
See, it didn't say body exercise that don't profit at all, but it says it profited little because it's dying.
Right.
I don't care. Jack LaLanne was 94 and in the best shape of anything, but guess what? That embalming fluid got it. So, yes, it is little in the sense of it can't make you live 1,000 years.
Right.
No matter how much you exercise. But spiritual, because your soul is eternal, that's what it says you got to work on that because it's eternal. It ain't gonna never wear out. You just don't want to wear out in that hot spot.
Right.
Let's get some more.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
This is a faithful saying and worthy of all acceptation.
Yeah.
For therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living Elohim.
What we do?
We trust in the living Elohim, who is the Savior of all men, especially of those that believe.
See, y'all understand what it says, especially those that believe.
Right.
And it says that Savior is capitalized so we understand of all men. It didn't just say all Israel, of all men, but especially those that believe. And look, it said, blessed are those that believe and have not seen. Y'all, we had some disciples that fell off that actually saw miracles. I'm talking about true miracles. A man that just was crippled and then all of a sudden he's starting on a basketball team or something. Shalom,
Shalom.
y'all understand what I'm saying? People saw that. People saw the Red Sea open. And it wasn't a week later, they was right back to their old self again. What does it take? It's like you heard, and we have it all. We probably done it ourselves. Man, I just got to go to church and get myself back right. See, the soul requires you go find a knowledge of the Most High. That's what it's saying. This is the only place you're going to get relief. Right. But we go to church and then you hear a good sermon, but that lasts for a weekend.
Right.
Right then you right back into your foolishness because you say, well, I escaped death and I see, okay, that's the route. When I get in trouble, I just go back when I'm in trouble. The only thing with that's a long wait process. Because you're not trained to wait. See, you don't know no pace. That's what we're talking about too, bro. Round 3 may not come for you. But see, when you trust in the Most High and you believe, you understand the walk. You understand certain things may take a little time for it to happen and you recover, but you prepare.
You know, that's the thing is Hebrews 11:1, you know, you got to have
Yeah.
faith.
Yes, sir.
You know, if you're wavering in your faith,
Yeah.
somebody else can shake your faith by telling you lies about the
And
scripture.
hypocrisy.
Right, and then you back at the house talking about, maybe you got a point there.
Yeah.
Your faith ain't strong.
Faith ain't
bro.
strong. Faith is weak as water.
You
Yeah,
gotta give us a king
Yes, sir.
spirit.
right.
You got
So
that?
somebody else gotta tell you
What to do?
Boy,
Yeah, that one ply toilet tissue faith.
yeah.
Faith gonna bust right through.
Bust right through.
Let's get it. Go
Just
ahead.
use your hand.
Yeah. You'll be better off.
You did.
Yeah.
Verse 11. These,
Don't do that. Go ahead.
these things command and teach.
Yeah.
Let no man despise thy youth.
Let no man do what?
Despise thy youth.
Uh-huh.
But be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation,
Uh-huh.
in charity,
Uh-huh.
in spirit, in faith, in purity.
Now please read that verse again because that is very important, especially in thy youth.
Right.
You know, and that means in your nourishment up in the word.
Right.
You know, and you find these things out, like I say, people, if you find out this word, you 70 years old, you're a youth in this now.
Mm-hmm.
So you know you can't be sidetracked by anything because you're already at your promised age and just finding out.
Right.
Let's get some more.
Verse 12 again.
Yeah.
Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believer.
Uh-huh.
In word.
In what?
In word.
Uh-huh.
In conversation.
Uh-huh.
In charity. In spirit. In faith. In purity.
Yo, because it says pure religion is undefiled. And they got nothing in it. See, this is pure. That's why they keep trying to find a marker to where we can say it's trouble, so we can say it's not pure anymore. Well, why you keep running back to it?
Mm-hmm.
If you know that don't work, why you keep taking it?
Right.
Robitussin don't fix broke legs.
Right.
Because the soul knows what's right.
The soul knows what's right. You can try anything to fix the soul, but if it ain't what's authorized by the Most High, that's have His stamp of approval, you wasting your time taking a back door route.
Right.
It's like Saul trying to contact the Most High from the devil's phone. He ain't speaking to you, so you go to his enemy to see if he can contact the Most High. Ain't that crazy?
That's great.
Let's get some more.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Till I come, give attendance to reading.
Do what?
Give attendance to reading.
Uh-huh.
To exhortation. To doctrine.
See, it said give attendance.
Right.
Pay attention to what's going on. Like I say, a lot of times these different doctrines get you sidetracked and you're wandering off because all of it is hypotheses. Is that okay? So meaning that it's just made up, or we've added a little bit. When I got it, he didn't add these two words to it.
Right.
I added them,
Right.
and then you get it, and then you next person you get, you added 5 more. It's like a rumor.
Yeah.
You already say it sounds like a rumor.
Yes, sir. It starts right there, but by the time you hear it again, when you get back to you, you like, I didn't say none of them other things, but
Your
interesting.
doctrine is
Right.
grown legs.
Yeah, grown leg.
Like
Yeah.
a snowball rolling
Snowball
down the
rolling
side
down
of
the
the
hill.
truck.
Taking
And
on
that's
a
what
life
it-
of its own.
Taking on a life of his own, and that's what it does, y'all, when you don't have an established set of rules. When we understand sin is transgression of the law, no need you listening to an outside of this Bible trying to inform you of what sin is. It's going to be made up according to them. You know, and y'all understand what I'm saying? Like Farrakhan teaches, you know, when it says thou shalt not kill. No, that was an error in the Bible. It should say thou shalt not murder. It says exactly what it says, and it means exactly what it means, because murder is not the only form of killing. When you go to war, you don't murder. If you're saying I had to go to war with somebody about my situation, is that killing? Then you're in violation, but this is what I'm talking about. An outsider try to discuss God's laws with you. And he's in a whole nother book. I'm going to tell you who the children of Israel got 2 videos out there. And yet he's still hanging on to the Quran. How you part of this family, but yet you still got another doctrine and you telling us who we are as a people.
Right.
But you won't connect us with our God.
Because it's money in it.
Because it's what license?
It's money.
So you're saying commerce over
Commerce
conscience.
over conscience.
Yes, sir.
Because he's getting paid.
Yeah.
He's getting paid by not only the government, he's getting paid by the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
And the neo-Nazis
Yeah.
organizations.
Not only that, now he into Ron L. Hubbard, Dianetic. You know he teaches Scientology now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes,
he
sir.
does- he
Y'all
does
can
what?
Google that right now.
It's a church of Scientology out by my house.
Yeah, it'll pop right back up. He may have been there. You see the fruit of Islam standing out there?
Mud for money.
Yeah, what you call it license?
Mud for money.
MFM. Mud for money. Go ahead, bro. Finish that off.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
Neglect not the gift that is in thee.
What do that say?
Neglect not the gift that is in thee,
Uh-huh.
which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery.
Right.
Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them,
Uh-huh.
that thy profiting may appear to all.
See, you have to you can't take a shortcut. Today I'm on, tomorrow I'm off. You know, you're fair weather believer. As long as everything is going fine, I'm a good believer. But as soon as a storm comes, you're on the other side of the street watching.
Right.
If they get through it, I'm gonna come back across the street. But if they don't, go ahead.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them.
Uh-huh.
For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
If you're not in it for that, you're wasting your time
Right.
with this. Because if you're truly concerned about your people and that they may make it, well, you got to be on point. So that they'll be on point. That's why I say start showing in word, in conversation. They have to hear that you're on point. And it says indeed, so you can't be just talking and doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't take your Bible to the strip club
No.
to get them straight. I mean, what do you think and I'm just saying we had an individual that did that. He's sitting up in there with his scripts, reading while things are going on, looking up and reading down like this, you know. And you know, and then, but saying that like, this is how he's breaking himself or he gonna get the stripper to change her role.
He'll even claim about it.
Doing like this and then keeping up like this. You know, and then they come over him, he, delicious. You see what I'm reading? Go to the next guy.
Delicious.
Yeah. And actually told somebody he did. Y'all, but this is the craziness of this. You gonna try to prove yourself by the word. I'm going into her with this. Like first you need to stop at the DJ booth first, don't you? If you don't stop at the DJ booth, ain't nothing gonna change. Because the music has to change. She has to stop that music that's causing those parts that look robotic to stop.
You got to stop at this one.
But yes, sir.
They was tucking that Bible.
Boy, yes, sir. Yeah, it was.
Claiming you like Daniels in the lion den.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But you went up into the line on your own.
Right.
Yes, sir. But y'all, this is where we at with this, of people trying to fool you. It's called tempting the Lord. You know, that was seriously a temptation, and it could have went left field for them, and it possibly did. I mean, what you think they gonna do?
Like the boys having Passover in the strip club.
Oh, man.
And it's a 2-drink minimum.
And it's
I heard.
Yeah, yes,
You
sir.
know,
Yes, sir.
But you ain't the one to gossip.
You're right. So y'all, what are those questions out there too, Bob? If not, we're gonna pick up on Azazel, the flip part of that.
You see that one about the KJV and the NIV?
Yeah, that's a Hubiyah, and I got one for y'all will too. Y'all got both of
I
them.
tell you what, while we on this, you say you got two?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll come right back to them, but let's get a second witness on this. Let's get a little bit of this Sirach chapter 20 because it deals with perfect speech, y'all. And when it says hearing them word and spreading the word, y'all, the tongue is the most powerful thing. That's why I say don't despise your gift. See, the voice of singing. If you be convinced, what you call like mud for money? Mud for money. If you become a mud for money, you'll sing sin with that gift that you have. People admire your voice. They like, boy, the way you can carry that note. I just, I ain't heard highs like that since Minnie Riperton in our prime. And you can do it. Yes sir, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you despise that gift and sell it for sin. It's like that song we talk about Al Green.
Oh.
He's clearly in the lyrics telling you, I love when God, but Baal just pays now. But yet, the way he's singing it makes you think he's talking about a woman. Even if it was a woman, it's a woman that's dominating him out there. He can't get it loose from. She got the Proverbs 7 on it.
Oh.
Right.
She got the Sirach 9 on him. He can't get away from it. She got the Luke 15. He ready to spend up all monies on it. And but he's saying in there, I know who the truth is.
He say, hey, I know it's you that I need, but it's you
just
that I want.
But it's Baal that I want. Because the Most High gives us our needs. He don't give us wants.
That's right.
The soul knows what it needs.
What it needs. Yes, sir.
The soul is perfect. It comes equipped with the manuscript.
Yeah.
It comes equipped with the manual and the instructions. Is that when we grow and we latch on to various sins and different things, we become impressionable by different evils that we take on sin, and we grow in that.
You get mad when somebody tell you
But the
that
soul,
you're wrong.
Yeah.
that's why when a baby will tell you truth.
Automatic.
Because it ain't been corrupted, it ain't been tainted, it's true.
Yeah.
Because it's coming straight from the soul.
What's the other book in Sirach?
Ecclesiasticus.
The first line we teach our kids when we know they have a regular phone. Tell them I ain't here. My son say, my daddy say he ain't here.
Yeah, he told the truth. Yeah, exactly what
He
you
told me
said.
to tell you this.
My daddy say he ain't here.
Right.
Well, he was in it, so he didn't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I got mad.
All he knows is to tell the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
He don't know no other way.
You had to teach him how to lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sin is a learned behavior.
Go ahead, y'all. Sirach chapter 20, verse 1. And then too bad we'll get right to them.
The book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 20 and verse 1. There is a reproof that is not comely.
Yeah, sometimes, you have to hit people, like you said, across the head, and it's not comely. You say, this, what I'm going to do to you, this lesson is going to be painful.
Right.
Some reproof ain't comely with tough love.
Right.
Corrective criticism. See, it's correcting you, but if you ain't got a strong foundation or thin skin, you'll brush off corrective criticism and find yourself in that hole again and then saying, I should have listened to you, but no buts.
Right.
Go ahead.
There is a reproof that is not comely. Again, some man holdeth his tongue, and he is wise.
Yes, sir.
It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly. And he that confesseth his fault shall be preserved from hurt.
Y'all see that? It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly. Well, did you tell him? No, I didn't say nothing. Because, see, I'd have went up a bunch of excuses. See, I'd have called him a black, and I blithely would have stole him in the jaw. That's why I didn't reprove him. Well, that's a problem because you got that secretly built up in you.
Exactly.
Every
like
time
you got
you
the
see
issue.
him, you think about that.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying what's on your mind.
Right.
You hurt my feelings when you said that. Hey, look, I ain't saying I'm soft enough, but man, the way you said that, you meant harm to me. And at least let him explain it, bro. I didn't mean no harm about that, bro. I didn't know, it was like that. At least you get some explanations behind it.
Exactly.
But to hold that reproof, it just bottles up in you.
Yeah.
And then all it takes is a little liquor,
Uh-oh.
and it comes out.
The truth, sir.
Yes, sir. The truth, sir.
Your own thoughts become your worst enemy.
Yes, sir.
Because now you done gave him all kind of cases that he ain't even said.
He ain't even had. You pile them up because you got to build up the charges to make it stick. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
How good is it when thou art reproved? To show repentance.
To do what?
To show repentance.
See, and y'all see that exclamation mark right there? It is there for a reason, because it's highlighted. This is the ultimate goal. It shows repentance. And that means to turn away from evil. To go back from. Go ahead.
For so shall thou escape willful sin.
What kind of sin?
Willful sin. As is the lust of an eunuch to deflower a virgin.
Y'all see that? That's willful sin. That's just dreaming in your mind. You know that there's no rise. There's no Martha White in you. But yeah, you look at a virgin and you think about, if I had Martha White in me, you know, I could do some damage. I could do some damage. Was that pretty clean, though?
That's
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
So
We're talking about self-rising ingredients. Go ahead.
All purpose.
Yeah, y'all purpose. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So is he that executed judgment with violence.
With what?
With violence.
See, judgment with violence is a problem. It's always going to be a problem. That's why Numbers 35, we had a holding spot for the avenger of blood. The person that want to get at you immediately. And look, this one for the other nation, this was for Israel. Because Israel wasn't going to let it get to court. We was going to handle you right there on the spot. Let's be judge and jury, and that's hard, especially when you get a mob behind you, because a mob, and it's spirit work, y'all. When that spirit gets behind 20 or 30 people, half of them don't know why they doing, like looting and robbing. Half the people don't even, they just hear it. It's free stuff being given out. Where they getting it from? At that point, they say they govern the family dollar, turning it upside down. Right then, the spirit tell you that's stealing, and you may be the one to get caught.
Right.
But that riotous just make you run on down there too. And there you go, trading in 5 years of paper for a pack of toilet tissue and 2 Arm & Hammer toothpaste. You running out of there with this. But that's 5 years paper, like they just got Meatball. What was her name? It's in the Daily Mail now. I think she called herself Meatball. Filming from looting in there. 5 years paper and 200 hours community service for just filming in there. Yo, we getting everything. It's hot down here. You better get down here like it's a swag eagle commercial.
You inciting the riot.
You inciting the riot. Come on down here, y'all. Y'all see what I got? Yeah, he just stole this and she filming it. Right. Meatball finally went to court. 5 years paper. 200 hours community service. Roll of toilet tissue.
This generation.
And some Arm & Hammer toothpaste.
Yeah.
5 years paper. And you can't miss. You can't be caught up in nothing else for 5 years. Let's get some more.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
There is one that keepeth silence and is found wise. And another by much babbling becometh hateful.
So when it says a woman must keep in silence, ain't just telling a man. So, see, you got to be wise. It ain't just, you got to know when to talk. It ain't just, that scripture ain't just used for women, because when you also read in 1 Corinthians 14, it's telling you anybody that speaks in tongue without the rules, that witnesses there to interpret what you're saying, could that be male and female? It tells them to shut up in the assembly, don't it? So there's rules when you can't get outside of the assembly. It never just said women should be shamefaced all the time. Then you can't have a virtuous woman. When will a husband he have no want, or what to say, no spoil of her? Even if she go out running her own business, he ain't worried about none of that foolishness.
His heart safely trust in her.
Yeah, yes, sir. So you can't have that when you promote a doctrine that says, subject yourself to me. You better do what I say. I'm your God. But leave out the part that you must do that like Christ did the church. Right. That's the problem with it, because Christ ain't never did the church like that. Christ ain't never said the church got to cash me out. Christ ain't never had a ceremony with us behind closed doors before the whole world seen it.
Right.
He gave us free will.
Gave us free will, exactly. Showed us at Mount Sinai a marriage covenant in front of the whole world. But before that, in Jerusalem. Before the whole world, Ezekiel 16 chapter, the whole world was watching. So if you ain't doing it like Christ, women, if you falling for that, looking at him like he's the Lord, then you soon gonna be an atheist.
The man's supposed to submit to the wife himself too.
That's what the scripture say, don't it? Like
One to
Ephesians 5.
Yes, sir.
Submit yourself one to another.
Yes, sir.
For the body is not the husband, but whose? The wife. See, get yourself in trouble and see who has the final authority over your body. Whether it's in jail or wherever your body is at. See who they go to first. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Some man holdeth his tongue, because he hath not to answer.
Right.
And some keepeth silent, knowing his time.
Y'all see how silence is so important. Y'all, it ain't just shamefaced, you don't say nothing. But when they get men to be silent, it's in front of their Pharisee elder. You don't say that about him. You know the elder can't do no wrong. Shh.
Crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? And men keep silent. Like the ones that label false prophecy, and them men are silent. You know what it is. You know, you watch them march back down from non-delivery.
Right.
It says that he know not the answer. That's why he keeps silence. If you ever notice somebody who don't know an answer and they giving you an answer, they making no sense.
Right. Right.
It's just making up stuff, ain't it, boy?
Like, what they got to do with this?
Yeah. Just answering anything, you know. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity.
Till he see what?
Opportunity.
Uh-huh.
But a babbler and a fool will regard no time.
Look, just running his mouth all the time.
Talking to be talking.
Like they say, running off at the mouth, and you just think about a toilet, just keep running, no matter how you jiggle the handle. Boy, yeah. Go ahead, bro.
What up, D?
Verse 8.
Yeah.
He that useth many words shall be abhorred.
Uh-huh.
And he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated.
Yes, sir.
There is a sinner that hath good success in evil things, and there is a gain that turneth to loss.
See, and that's what gets us sometimes when you see somebody chasing another guy and it appears that they have good success. They getting a little money, but it's just mammon.
Right.
You know, it's just a defense. That's all we're to look at money as a defense, like the scriptures say. It's a defense.
Yeah.
And the only defense is it has to be earned. That's why I say ill-gotten gain. If that's there, if you hustling and get it, it's going to be evil.
That's usually the problem though, because it's the speed of how it comes.
Yeah.
Because if you really put your mind to it, you could get anything you want.
Yes, sir.
It just might take you a while. But you see it come like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going there.
Want it like that.
No.
I'll deal with God later.
Right.
But I got to have this now. Let's get some more.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
There is a gift that shall not profit thee, and there is a gift whose recompense is double.
Oh.
There is an abasement because of glory, and there is that lifted up his head from a low estate.
See, there's an abasement that is a glory, like the Messiah being crucified, how they was mocking.
Yeah.
Get yourself down, the other thief up there. You can't even get himself down. Why you ask him, see, in being brought down like that, it was still a glory because the Most High is looking at him. He ain't got a clue why I'm here. He want to get down. He's not sorry for what he did. He's just sorry he got caught.
Right.
You know, and there's a difference when you're sorry that you got caught. You don't mean it. You like, next time, I won't clip the blue wire. I'll clip the green.
Right.
But you still up to the same old tack.
Same thing.
You and do dirty now. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
There is that buyeth much for a little, and repayeth it sevenfold.
Yes, sir.
A wise man by his words maketh himself beloved, but the graces of fools shall be poured out. The gift of a fool shall do thee no good when thou hast it.
Y'all understand that? The gift of a fool, if somebody giving you something and you know it's not beneficial, it's doing you no good. It just appears to be that way because you're envious of evil. And they say, I can turn you on to this. I can show you how to be just as evil as me and get your pockets swole. I can show you.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, you go down the rabbit hole real quick, y'all.
Mhm.
You understand what it's saying?
Right.
Go ahead and get some more.
Neither yet of the envious for his necessity.
Uh-huh.
For he looketh to receive many things for one.
For what?
For one.
Uh-huh.
He giveth little and upbraideth much. He openeth his mouth like a crier. Today he lendeth, and tomorrow will he ask it again. Such an one is to be hated of Yahweh and man.
So y'all understand this and what it means. He may give you good knowledge of the script. And tomorrow he want it back. What he means is he want allegiance. Nigga, you wouldn't know nothing if it hadn't been for me.
Right.
What you know now, what you telling them came from me. No, it ain't like that. Apollo's water it, but the Most High give the increase.
That's right.
You claiming the increase too?
Right, right.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
The fool saith, I have no friends. I have no thank for all my good deeds. And they that eat my bread speak evil of me.
See, and a fool would say that you feeding people and saying you ain't got no friend, then you trying to impress somebody.
Right.
Now you out of line of 1 Corinthians 13 where it tells you about true charity. If I give to the poor
Right.
and have not charity, I'm wasting my time. I'm showing out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a dope dealer sell you heroin all day like New Jack City, and then on Thanksgiving he give out turkeys to the residents. But come tomorrow,
Right.
yeah, it's truly gonna be Black Friday, cause the dope starts again.
Yeah.
Let's get some up.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
How oft and of how many shall he be laughed to scorn? For he knoweth not aright what it is to have. And it is all one unto him as if he had it not.
See, you won't never appreciate it if you don't work for it.
Right.
If you don't sacrifice it, you'll never appreciate it. It's always gonna be like there's no end to it. It's like these artists, you find out how are they broke. My accountant got it. You fluffing up big words, and you got somebody else counting your money and telling you how much you got left, and you ain't paying it no mind. Not once do you go check yourself.
Right.
And it's as bad as these two individuals like Bill Cosby and Oprah Winfrey sign every check to their corporation. From the janitor up to the CEO, they look at every check that's going out, and they billionaires. You understand what I'm saying? This type of situation that where somebody is letting it be known, if I get took, it's gonna be inside of the last pay period. It won't be 10 years down the line. How you know? How you missing 12 million and don't know it yet? You ain't got no late notices or that pink slip. You think I'm a millionaire? That must be a mistake. Pink slips don't come to millionaires. Yes, they do. Don't pay your light bill in a mansion.
Right.
Watch what
The
comes.
lights get cut off too.
What they get there?
Cut off.
Let's get some more.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
To slip upon a pavement is better than to slip with the tongue. So the fall of the wicked shall come speedily.
Y'all understand that? See, because you can slip, and we can just hit that pimp walk right away and never know. You're like, I meant to slip like that.
Right.
And keep it moving. Pigeon toeing on. Yeah. But a slip of the tongue,
Right.
that's a rough one, y'all. That's a hard one to recover. Because you kind of say, I just didn't mean it that way. Yeah, you meant it that way.
Right.
A slip you can recover,
Mm-hmm.
as long as that back don't slip a disc.
Right. Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 19.
Yeah.
An unseasonable tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise.
An unseasonable, always out of turn when they talking about something. Always out of turn. An unseasonable tale. Everything going well at the family reunion.
Right.
Junior just made a powerful speech and showed his and showed his accommodations at the college, you know, and they've given him a full ride, and then here you stand up and I like to, the boy always knew he had something, but it ain't came from the daddy y'all think it is. Earl is his real daddy. Why? Why would you do that now?
I saw a video where
I'm just trying to let y'all know where he really got his smarts from.
a brother was speaking at a family function, and he said, I guess that he was wrapping it up. He said the moral of the story is don't date a woman that won't respect your wife,
And everybody
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I ain't mean to say that.
If you look at that, that's actually some good advice.
Boy, everybody was quiet, they looked at him like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh man.
That cut off,
I ain't mean to say that.
he'll never do another funeral, that's gonna get around time.
Go
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20.
Yeah.
A wise sentence shall be rejected when it cometh out of a fool's mouth, for he will not speak it in due season.
Not in due season, y'all. He always telling it at the wrong time because mischief is involved. The fair weather friend. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 21. There is that is hindered from sinning through want, and when he taketh rest, he shall not be troubled. There is that destroyeth his own soul through bashfulness, and by accepting of persons overthroweth himself.
Man worship. Because you don't want, man, I didn't want to say that in front of a man if he think he the Lord. Why wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you tell him that's crazy as hell? Boy, you can't do that. You can't go up in the court saying that. Is you crazy? But you won't tell him. I just didn't want to rub him the wrong way.
Right.
Well, they gonna rub him the wrong way with fines and penalties, ain't they?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Knocked upside his head.
Yeah.
Drug into the
Yeah. Boy, you had a boy, look how the Tommy Hearns got through with it. Go ahead, Cliff.
You should do it like how Brother Ish did somebody when they said about mole people and he laughed.
Oh, yeah. But we're talking about mole people under the earth. And we didn't do that but start laughing. Oh, boy, that pissed them off.
No, that wasn't the same guy with the lizard people.
Yeah.
The same person.
These people,
I had the lizard
and we didn't
conversation.
say nothing but just bust
That was
out.
the lizard conversation. He said, man, there's people under the earth that come out at night.
Yeah, we talk about the same.
We all look like we just bust out laughing.
Yeah, we couldn't handle it. Yeah.
Fuck y'all laughing at.
Y'all think the script told us
I
that
said,
language
bro,
put you
I
there.
said, bro, we supposed to be the ones that's getting your ass hurt.
Yeah.
I said, you telling us that?
Yeah.
Like we don't read and study?
Yeah.
I said, brother, don't you know the Most High would have told us about some damn people under
Yes,
the
sir.
earth and warned us about everything else?
Yes, sir.
He ain't gonna tell us about some alien people, some lizard people under the earth.
Now, Houdini told us about people that come out at night. But they was said they come out at night.
Freaks.
Yes, sir. And look, it told us where we can go find them. We don't know where these people at. As you say, it's on the ground.
Told us how they dress.
Yeah, all that, didn't he?
Oh,
Go ahead.
they got chains and spikes.
Yeah.
Bro wanted to fight us, man.
Yeah,
He was ready
But
to.
that's crazy because when he said to me, I wanted to fight him.
Let's finish that off.
Verse 23.
Yeah.
There is that for bashfulness promiseth to his friend, and maketh him his enemy for nothing.
Right.
A lie is a foul blot in a man, yet it is continually in the mouth of the untaught.
See, there's a bashfulness promised to his friends. It's like somebody blowing smoke up your rear. And then they hate themselves for doing it later. I shouldn't have said that. Or that made him, that made me look bad. Why would I say something like that? You cussing yourself out in the mirror. And from that point on, you have a secret envy to try to make yourself feel better sooner or later. So you just have that secret hate for some reason because of what you did. Now your conscience is seared by another man's conscience. Wonder what he thinking about me since I said that.
Right.
Maybe he think that I'm a sucker or I'm this. No, you thinking that about yourself because you did it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 25.
Yeah.
A thief is better than a man that is accustomed to lie.
Y'all see that? Read that again.
A thief is better than a man that is accustomed to lie.
Uh-huh.
But they both shall have destruction to heritage.
So it ain't letting neither one off. It's just saying one is less than the other one that's accustomed to lie because you can never trust it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it always comes out. Both of them will be out, but one, you could kind of ward yourself off from, because you just don't let them get close to you. They wear all your back pocket so it can't get at your wallet.
Right.
But the other one that tell a lie, I mean, sometimes you have to just tell people, now you know you lying. Remember yesterday we said you, oh yeah, you did catch me in that one, didn't you? But that's when they're accustomed to lie. They tell them so often they don't even know that they've been corrected on it, and they'll try to tell it again. Right. It's comfortable with them.
I had a guy tell me to help him with his daughter. I gave him some money. Seen him the next day at the story didn't change. Seen him the third day, then he said, we be at the same place, don't we?
Yeah, but didn't say nothing about it.
I just walked over there.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
You know my story.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
The disposition of a liar is dishonorable, and his shame is ever with him. A wise man shall promote himself to honor with his word. And he that hath understanding will please great men. He that tilleth his land shall increase his heap, and he that pleaseth great men shall get pardon for iniquity. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove.
Y'all understand that? So that's the payoff.
Right.
And that's what happened with Samuel's sons, Eli and Hophni. They started taking bribes, and they wouldn't do fair judgment.
Right.
You know, they allow people to get away with things. And this Samuel the prophet, these his children. You know, and they just went left field. They saw opportunity and they took it. Shalom said. They took it. They took opportunity. Go ahead. I push with you.
Head crib.
Okay. All right.
Verse 30.
Yeah.
Wisdom that is hid and treasure that is hoarded up. What profit is it in them both?
See, because he's saying that's like the servant he gave 1 penny to, gave everybody a penny. Everybody multiplied their money. The one servant say, I know you don't play around, Lord, so I hid my money, and you ain't doing nothing with it. It's just rusting under the bed. See, this walk, you can't keep it unless you give it away.
Right.
So the more you give the gospel away, the better you get, because the Most High is unlocking more things open to you. He said, okay, you're a faithful servant. I'm going to show you this to show to the people. Right. But if you hoard just Deuteronomy 28, you ain't got nothing left. You understand what I'm saying? That's all you know. Hebrews was black.
That's all.
That's all you hear like that.
Hebrews was black. The kingdom is coming, and the Hebrews is black. That's the only thing you know.
You are somebody.
Yeah.
Now with hope.
And up with hope, yeah. So you start rhyming your way through these scriptures. Because you just told the boy Elisha, you like, look, enough of that. When the album coming out? You can't keep rapping these lyrics right here. We trying to enjoy ourselves. When the album coming out? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 31.
Yeah.
Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom.
Y'all understand that, y'all? Don't act a clown, you know. And what we're talking about folly is some things that cannot or do not make sense.
It may be, I saw Getty.
You saw Getty?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, okay. We just be needing to know, have a Getty site,
Yeah,
as long as we make sure he's still alive. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, that's it. You just saw him. Yeah, well, we understand.
This ain't the place for the conversation.
Yes, and
just keep
you
it
know,
moving.
and look,
Yes,
perfect
sir.
example, y'all. So
Hey, don't even let them see you.
Ain't
Just
even,
keep it moving.
it's just enough for everybody in here to know. No,
Right.
go ahead.
Like a Bigfoot site.
Yeah, boy, like a Bigfoot. So absolutely.
Verse
It's gonna
32.
be blurry. Go ahead.
Even if it's in focus.
Focus, yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 32.
Yeah.
Necessary patience in seeking the Most High is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide.
See, y'all, necessary patience, y'all. You have to be patient with the Lord, because he's not going to rush through anything. He has to make sure you get it.
That's right.
Because this gospel is high end. This is royalty. You know, and if you don't look at it like that, and you don't respect it like that, but you shine up your Gucci and you shine up your Stacey, you understand what I'm saying? But this is looked at like a gem that's lost its splendor. That's a problem. So y'all, we just wanted to tie that in with that 1 Tim, because that's the part of the, see, you have laws, statutes, and judgments. We had the law, don't take no other God. That's what we got in the 1 Tim. And then we see the statutes and judgments in 1 Tim and in Sirach 20. Those are the statutes and judgments because it gives you instruction what the law means. Don't have no other God from it. So you don't have to listen to fool talk. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You get the statutes and judgments from the prophets. And they give you every example that cover every way that we need to discuss this topic. That whole chapter, there's no stone unturned when it's talking about that subject matter at hand. Hypocrisy of the tongue and what it brings. You can't add to that. I mean, it's going to be similar to that. You know, okay, like when a person, yeah, exactly like that. But it's still the same principle. Y'all understand? Yeah. That's what statutes and judgments do. Before you can exact a matter, you have to go and recall on a different situation. So everybody gets the point. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Like Jonah and the whale. And then they do like this. I'm up to speed now. I done got up here. The light is on. I'm with you now. That's what you're looking for. The light has turned on. I'm with you now. We're on the same road. But if you talking a language, you going east and he's coming west, all you're going to do is be able to holler out the window when the car passes. It's gone, no. You understand? That's about as much as you're going to get when you're standing on street corners hooping and hollering with a gang. That's how much it is. You may hear part of a scripture. What he saying? You kill driving. That's why the script was by twos, or at the most three, go to the neighborhoods and knock on the door. Would you like to hear the gospel today? Yes, I like it to come in. But see, they try to intimidate with a gang. Like the gang went up to, what's that boy named Geno Jennings? You don't need a gang for religion worshiper. What do you got a gang for?
He needed to stop his service and come outside.
Well, right. And he didn't come out. He sent a couple of his boys. Guess how many he sent out though?
2 or 3.
2! To the whole gang, and you got the gang leader with you out there trying to get some pub, and you got a whole parade with you dressed up in the same color. And here you come to take on somebody of a doctrine of man-made doctrine, and you ready to have your hands held up like you the champion and deserve all 3, the WBC, the WBA, and the WBO for this, and you all out of line. Shit, you Ryan Garcia, you full of PEDs, you full of steroids, and you finna battle full of steroids. If he'd have brought them scripts up and told him, I tell you what, if you really about your business, let's take you and him and you send the rest of your people home and see what would have happened. But he wasn't going to do it because he needed that crowd behind him. That's right, get it, elder. Get it, elder.
That's right.
Yeah. Like the shoe shine boy was telling Richard Pryor and Caldwell. Ask him, Rev. I ain't going to ask him. He's a revolutionary. You got to believe. The boy, look here.
Believe in me.
Look, y'all, these movies are life experience. Y'all, this ain't nobody's imagination. It's what it is. When he gets on time to answer, he can't. And he just label an accusation.
Yeah. Play the blame game.
Play the blame game. What we got on them questions too, Bob?
All right, first question is from Yahweh Ben Yisrael in the chat. He asks, what do y'all think about the Book of Mormon? Is it fictional?
The Book of Mormon?
We don't think about it.
We don't think about it at all.
We don't think about it. Don't come into our conversation on cycle.
Yeah, it got prophets that cannot be. It's got prophecies that cannot be. And not only that, it excludes us from ever coming back to power. We're actually a people that were created to stay on the law.
Right.
It's a doctrine that teaches we are the sole of every other nation's foot. When you look at the bottom of their shoe, you should see us. That's what the Book of Mormon says about the children of Israel. The dark-skinned people.
Say we cursed to be black.
Cursed to
Cursed
be
black.
this. Cursed black from bad behavior, so we can never turn white again, ever. So why would you chase that doctrine? For what reason? And you got them boys out of One West digging in, they getting the parts out of it they want. They dig in there and get polygamy out of there. They dig in there and say, we've got tales, they got their Joseph Smith story. I was at Mount Sinai. You wasn't at no Mount Sinai. You lying like these scriptures saying. You know the Turkish government ain't giving you no permission to climb up on Mount Sinai. Y'all wasn't there. You wasn't there either.
Right.
This the boy that was calling himself the Holy Spirit. Talking about he went to Mount Sinai, and he's actually a guy's asking him, so you the Holy Spirit? And he said, what scripture is that? First thing he hollered, you wasn't there. You wasn't there either. Show some receipts. Show us how the Turkish government allowed you to go up the mountain, because they ain't. They won't even let people go up there, and they know Mount, the Noah's Ark is on the mountains of Ararat. They already got pieces, but they say, no, we can't let y'all prove this now because that deletes our doctrine.
Right. They got
If that ark is up there, we through.
They got fencing all
the way around. You can't
with
go
guards,
up there.
with armed guards.
Don't come up here looking for the ark of Noah.
I heard somebody reading before they called Jacob 5. They just tell about when they get done doing how they doing it, how we was gonna be the condition when you're not. They tell like this condition we gonna be out there do what they do.
Jacob 5.
That's the name of the chapter. I heard somebody reading out
What are they quoting from, the Bible? Because it ain't no other book.
No, it was talking about, it was out the Book of Mormon. He's talking about.
Oh, the Jacob 5, I was talking about white folks
Yeah,
there.
he's talking about what they did, what they
yeah.
did us, how we the condition we could go be.
Oh, yeah.
They just say that, but I'm like, that ain't no prophecy.
Ain't no prophecy. No, it ain't nothing. It's just a bunch of what it is. It's a takedown, and all of their leaders in jail too, because you know what it always gonna lead to? Molestation of children. Every one of them are in jail for molestation of children, because once you put them around that fence and you use everybody, it's first dibs on the next boy or girl that's born before the next man get them inside that fence. Y'all, we went down 70 souls in Egypt and we came out 6 million. We populate too fast to be behind a fence and be governed behind the fence.
Right.
The Most High ain't gonna even govern us behind the fence. He said, everybody that make the kingdom got 1,000 cattle on the hill. That's starting out the gate. On a personal hill. You can't cram 1,000 cattle. And look, all these places, all they have is 2 goats. And why they always got a pig in there? Like the Rockadoozy, 2 goats, a pig, and 3 chickens, and you got 900 people.
To eliminate the one they don't like.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Eat them alive. Throw them in the pig pit. Where we at, bro?
Death machine.
Okay.
So next question.
So no, ain't no need in going toward the Book of Mormon. Ain't no need dealing with it. It's got you where you never can recover. You stay in a state, not only that, but it's a state worse than the Bible never mentioned. The Bible never said we were cursed people. It said we were cursed because of our bad behavior. And if you continue that behavior, you'll continue to be cursed even in your land of captivity. Ezekiel 18, if a son don't do what his father do, if his son is not a robber, a shedder of blood, then that shall he not be recognized? He said, yes, he'll be recognized. So you can't do what brought you into captivity and keep you there. Like they send you to jail to correct you. You got to do 5 years for that. And when you get in jail, you start making jail the same thing you were doing on the outside. So now you get charges mounted up while you're in captivity. Ain't that crazy? It's like when the parents say, go in your room and don't you come back out of there till I tell you to. You creep out once, they say, what the hell did I tell you? Oh, Mama, I was just asking you, was your air conditioning cold? It's cold. Get back in there. Come out again and see what happens. What's the other question, too, Bob?
All right, we got a question here from Ahuba, y'all. She asks, okay, if you got time, can y'all break down the difference of the King James Version and the NK in King James Version? What's
We
that?
break it down, all of it.
or something?
The best way to break down any Bible so you get away from language disparities and saying you don't have the right book in your hand What that means is if you got King James and they say this version is better, or you don't have that version, they say all the study you've been doing for the last 10 years with that Bible, you've lost all of that study because you didn't have the right book. Exodus 20 lays out the line for every Bible. If Exodus 20 changed, if Ezekiel 18 changed, throw that Bible away. Don't matter what language it's in, because stealing don't change because language gets more defined.
Revelation 21.
Half of us wouldn't know Hebrew if it was right in front of us. We know phrases. Ba Yahweh. Say some more. Yeah. Some of y'all know some more, don't you? But the bottom line is we gonna have to, you know, and guess what's gonna happen when we say, what that mean? How they gonna have to explain it to us?
English.
So you're right back where you started.
You right back where you started. So no Bibles, just go to Exodus. I don't care what version you go to. If Exodus 20 changes, Ezekiel 18 changes, that book is no good. Because sinning is then at that point can be manipulated through words, through the more refined English. Actually, throughout Hebrew, if Hebrew was spoken in the garden, what Cain did, is it any difference in English? Is it any difference in Latin? When the Messiah was crucified and they wrote up there on that cross in Latin and Hebrew, was it any difference how you say this is the King of the Jews? Is it any difference? So y'all, that's what we call, people are trying to get you to know your words before you know your letters. The Messiah was told, when the Pharisees looked, they like, how is it possible for you to know your letters like that at 12 to even form law out of it? They never asked, how do you know your words? How do you know your Hebrew language?
They ask a child.
They ask a child.
Do that child know his letters? His ABC?
Ain't that the first thing they learn?
Like, what words do we know? They ask him, do we know his ABC?
Do we know his ABC?
That's the beginning of forming words.
That's what
if he know words before ABCs, his words ain't shit.
It don't mean nothing. Look, the Hebrew language is in the Bible, Psalm 119, the whole chapter. Every letter is 8 verses. Aleph, 8 verses. Beta, 8 verses. The last one, Tav, 8 verses. And they all deal with the law, so you know how to put that letter to make sure that letter don't go with an unrighteous word. It must go with law, not opinions. Not how I feel it should be. It's not alienated. Well, I put that in there, didn't I? Yes, sir. So letters make words. You know, like some letters are silent. You understand?
Right.
Why is phone not F-O-N-E? It's P-H-O-N-E.
Yes, sir.
How about food? P-H-O-O-L. Could that be a food? The letters ain't right. It throws the definition off. You understand what I'm saying? If you said a food, P-H-O-O-L. You say phone, don't you, P-H?
Wrong letter.
Physical therapy is P-H, ain't it?
Yeah.
If you saw F.I. sending you to physical therapy and you saw a piece of paper that started with an F, you'd be like, wait a minute.
I ain't going
I ain't going there. It's some kind of root doctor. Snake oil salesman, he can't even spell. It's like bruh man, them selling them Whitney Houston t-shirts. He had a picture with him with a wig on it and had Whitney Hutton on it. You know how to put his words together. They lost out big, you know. Yeah. That's all we're saying. What else you got out of there too, but that's all it is, sis. OVR. Just check Exodus 20 no matter what version it is, and it'll delete that doubt from your mind.
As well as check the judgment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
21.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we say he was just asking that first question, but he appreciate the
no doubt.
And Ahuvia said, yes, you did answer a question.
Absolutely. Any more, Tubai?
Yes, sir. Uzziah, he just asked a question. He says, what is it? No.
Yeah, we said, what about the Sefer Bible?
Yeah, same thing, y'all. Just newer modern versions. Some have concordance in them. You know, it's like this. Like, somebody will say Jesus means Zeus or pig man or whatever. It ain't a concordance on this planet, Greek nor Hebrew, that says that about Jesus. it'll say it's translated from Joshua, which translates means salvation. It's simple as that. You can't find a concordance that say Jesus means pig man or whatever it is, son of Zeus. Thor is the son of Zeus. Thor is. Not who we call Jesus, the King of Kings, whose Hebrew name is Yeshua HaMashiach. Yehoshua, however you want to pronounce it. But the Redeemer of mankind.
But even Christ even tells us in script that the names are being confused. The names that he's being called are being confused.
Yes, sir.
He said, no more shall you call me Baal. Or you will start calling, or Master, you'll call me husband.
Yeah.
So he said he's going to take all the names of Baalim out of your mouth.
Yeah.
So all these names that we refer to him as are only descriptions of, if you look at the context in which they're used in various different contexts.
That's right.
The context in which it's used, the name varies. It changes. It depends on the context.
Yeah.
But we don't call them by all the words, all the names that we refer to them in this context. Everybody's always looking for this superior Hebrew name.
Yes, sir. That's what they're looking for.
He has all these titles.
Yeah. But what's on your driver's license?
On your driver's license?
Girl Jackson the third. See, no, I was just saying, when they talk all that noise about what my Hebrew name is, but you ain't got
but
your
you got a
driver's
government
license
name. You got your slave name on your license.
Right.
And then when you get your employment check, it's got your
slave name on that.
It don't say Zebediah.
Well, you ain't go to human resources and argue with them.
What
Argue for what? I signed that
Since
contract.
sometimes we forget what to call me at work.
Yes, sir.
Since we forgetting what to call me at work.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about William.
Yeah, that's what the people call them in the neighborhood. Yeah, because look, they always know we the only people they say got a nickname. Come on, Slick. All of the police say y'all the only people got nicknames, AKA. Your Cassius Clay, AKA Muhammad Ali. They always say AKA, but don't say it for no other nation.
No.
Just for us.
Their names never change.
What you got, Sid?
My dad taught me how to apply for birth certificates all over the United States, and if that name doesn't, that paper trail of that name, you're not gonna get that birth certificate.
You're not gonna do what?
Get the birth
You ain't gonna get
certificate.
it. Need that paper trail, don't you?
You need it.
See, y'all, they've already had think tanks to already keep us under the thumb, so to speak, that they never lose the prophecy for them. They're gonna be the head until Esau takes the heel. So they're prepared. You're not gonna outthink them. You're not gonna be sitting around smoking and eating sunflower seeds and think you're gonna outthink somebody that's not only that, but practicing on you. They're putting it in the work. Yeah, you thinking about it, and they already finna move to the next level on the Pruitt. I go, we done stopped the trash pickup, the elevators we ain't repairing, all the lights ain't been replaced on the elevator, so you don't know if the shaft is up or down, you gonna fall down in the shaft. Everybody pissing in the hallway. Why? And you're in the building where bathrooms are at. Why is everybody pissing in the stairwell? We're practicing this. And now we finna get to the point that where we finna put chemical on the remainders of them, and you sitting here talking this madness, eating sunflower seeds, and talking nothing. Yeah, dog, yeah, dog.
Soon as I get
Yes,
my
sir.
paper right.
Hold on, wait till I come back and he go out in the hallway and piss and come back. Cause the toilet stopped up. They won't fix that bookman. They put a bookman in every project. And he ain't fixing nothing.
Because he worked for the people.
Yeah. What else you got over there, bro?
Got another question here from Uzziah. He asks, I never heard of this, but is there a book of Melchizedek? Heathens got lessons and they created a 12 tribes chart from them.
No.
That's the question.
Look, what we have to see is every book of the Bible refers back to each other. No matter what the book will be concerning the Bible, we don't care how old it is, it's going to be inside of Genesis and it's going to end with Revelation. All of the prophecies is going to be inside of that. If you get before that or you get after that, the book is no good. Everything is inside of Genesis and Revelation. It's the redeemer of our problem. How to get rid of our problem. It started in Genesis and it's straightened out in Revelation. If you go before that, you're still before the problems start. You can't get that. If you go after that, it ain't gonna do you no good, because now you're saying the Messiah can't redeem you of your transgression. We have to find a different route outside of the Bible. Oh, let's go with Muhammad. Oh, who the Catholics set up? Because he had a 1 billion man army. So we're gonna go with him, who was used as a proxy. That's who we chasing now.
Who was illiterate?
And who was illiterate? What say like?
He was illiterate.
Yeah.
And he married one of his daughters. He
Didn't know his letters,
raped
nor
his
his kin, did he? According to what
He
you
was just
said.
out of control. He was a wild man, like the scriptures say.
Like the script say. He's descended from them. Who got the law from Abraham? Ishmael got it and Esau got it. The same law Adam got. The same law Noah gave Ham, Shem, and Japheth. They were given no other laws. They are not a people that got off the ark. And Ham, you just go your way, and Japheth, you go the way. But Shem, I'm going to give you the law. And let them go wander off without the law. Then that means they were saved for naught. They got on the ark for nothing. If they get off and they go into Larry Stooge's ism. Curly Stooge's ism. God gonna save them and then put them in that mindset. It don't make sense, do it? And then tell them they must worship him with knuckleheadism reigning supreme. Magna cum laude, summa cum laude, and knuckleheadism. What else we got, bro?
I'm waiting on the person to reword this question, but Lamar just asked, Shalom family, I got a question about the Messiah rose on the first day of the week. I guess he's trying to say, did he rise on the first day of the week?
Well, the scripture never ever pinpoints he rose on the first day of the week. It said it was dawning toward the first day of the week. So,
But he was already,
he was gone.
He was already gone.
Yeah, when they got
When they got there, he was already gone, and it was at the dawning of the first day. That means he was gone before the dawning of the first day.
And that was when people came out where they could see, because there wasn't no street lights.
Because it was pitch black.
So it never says, and he rose on the first day. Now what brings that into play is Christianity. But notice they shifted to Resurrection Sunday, or Resurrection first day of the week, and here's the Easter bunny. Y'all understand what it's saying? Just a little bit of that, and twisting of the scripture, and then here go the bunny. So now, so this really about the fertility God.
Yeah.
Because you go hunting for Easter eggs, you don't go hunting for the Messiah, or the resurrected souls that bust open, do you?
No.
Or knowledge of them.
No.
You go hunting for what? Eggs from a rabbit.
Right.
Y'all see them hypocrisy and lies? Do rabbits lay eggs?
And the rabbit like
Or do rabbits dump pellets?
Yeah. Hunt them.
Hunt them and die them. Yeah. Yeah, they right. Yes, sir. You get some what?
Get right.
Yes, sir. You think boiled eggs stink? Get you some pellet eggs and dye them and see what your breath smell like after that.
It look like a muddy stew.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all nasty.
Go ahead. What we got to about?
Real good.
Yeah, real good. Absolutely.
What are you, that's right?
Yeah. Y'all, but we can make mockery of it because that's what it is. Be it in a observe, but don't do as they do. If they come out of the script, you have to listen. Because the opportunity is there still for you to turn a sinner from his ways.
Right.
Because it takes a multitude of sin off of you.
That's right.
So you have to be in an observe, but it says, but don't do as they do. For they heap things upon you that they can't even themselves do, but they put that burden on you so you don't pay attention to them. You worried about the burden that they done put on you, which you will never be able to accomplish because it's greater. They'll have you try to convince somebody of old sloppy more than they will. And you don't know nothing about it. You just along for the ride. All you know is that you sloppy now. Eating and spitting food and bad doctrine coming out of your mouth. And you know how people chew and spitting at the same time? Meat juice everywhere. Let's get it.
Ain't never come to
Well, as long as there's somebody there like that. Let's get it. Where we at?
I got another question. All right, just got this one from, okay, hold on, Lamar, he said, it does say on the first day of the week, I believe, but I asked the chapter and verse.
That's a key word right there, I believe. But let's be real, let's just get the script.
Tricky question. You're gonna say tricky question when I ask the chapter and verse.
See, it's not a tricky question, there's no tricks in the Bible, let's just get to the Matthew.
Right.
And the Luke or whatever we need to do because they all match up the same.
He said Matthew and Mark.
Matthew and Mark, let's go
He
through
said
it.
Mark or Matthew, so he ain't.
Mark
sure.
or Matthew. So see,
It don't matter.
let's don't even go there because we can't do your homework for you.
Mhm.
Tell us what it is, where you going, and then that's how you get reproof. But we can't guess because all you will say at that point is, well, that's what I meant.
Right.
Well, if you meant it, you will say it. And this is no disrespect to anybody, but we need to know at least the chapter where you at least you've done that much. If you have the question, you've been in where you got it from. So at least give us that much so we can be
Right.
instant in season, but we can't do your homework for you and explain it for you because it won't be believed at that point. Excuse me, at least let us know you've done something with that penny. You know what I'm saying? We got a little bit of usury. You can at least recite it and say, this is where I'm having trouble at. This verse, this chapter. If we don't get that, we can't do homework because the rest of the people just look at, well, that's all you got to do. Just call them. They'll lead you to the water. They'll dip the spoon in there for you. They'll pour it in your mouth and rub your throat and your belly and say, how does it taste? And then they'll walk you back where you come from.
He said he was listening to the Watchman.
And
Yeah,
Who?
the Watchman.
Get out of
Watchman
the
and
video.
The Watchman and Deborah?
that's what I'm assuming he's
Yeah,
talking about.
But
Showing
that's
Watchmen.
kind of a problem there itself, you know, and we ain't gonna get into that. But what that still remains is if it still was no work done after listening to that self-work. To say this what they use. They use
Right.
Matthew 5. They use Mark 12 to explain themselves. See, we still need what they did
Matthew
to try
28.
to seduce you.
He's saying
We
Matthew
got to
28.
still have it to attack.
He's saying Matthew 28.
Let's go to Matthew 28. So now we got some good understanding. We can move forward, y'all, but we cannot hold the hand at this point. Then that means you'll be on the titty forever. That would be like a baby, a boy 16 in high school, he a sophomore, and his mama come up there and she breastfeeds him. She breastfeeds him for lunch in front of the class because he can't get off the titty. You got to get off the titty.
There's gonna be a line in that class.
Boy, look out!
Yeah.
I like your mom.
Yeah.
Say everybody like your mama.
Let's read 28:1, y'all. We got it right here.
It's right there at one.
Matthew,
At one.
In, go ahead.
Matthew chapter 28, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week,
Uh-huh.
came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre.
So a lot of people say, well, see, morning starts in daytime. No, that's all it said was it was dawning toward. The day, at the end of the Sabbath, tonight, at sundown, that's the ending of the Sabbath, right? It's going to dawn toward in the next 12 hours, toward the first day of the week, so to speak. The dawning part. Night comes before dawn.
That's right.
That's how the day starts. The evening and the morning were the first day. They always end with the daylight hours. Not start with them. And it was what? Good. All 7 days ends with, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So y'all understand it gets back down to daylight ends a day. That's why you can't leave a man hanging on a cross into the next day.
Right.
Cursed be the man that hangeth on the tree till the next day.
They got the Messiah down before sundown.
Can y'all hear verse 6 of that?
We get verse 6, we go
Let's
down
read
to
on
6.
down, brother.
Yeah.
But
Let's
if
get
you
verse
see
2.
in verse 1, it says in the end of the Sabbath.
Yeah,
It's telling you when it's happening. It was at the end of the Sabbath.
and he gone. Let's read
He
some
was
more.
already gone.
Yes, sir.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it.
When did that happen? While they were there? While Mary Magdalene was there?
No, they-
Or beforehand?
That was before they began.
Because they ain't mentioned nothing about earthquake.
Right.
What you got over there, Cash?
So, in Sefer, it says after the end of the Shabbat.
Still the same thing.
It's
In
still
the
the
end
same
or
thing.
after, it's the same
Because
thing.
I know the Watchmen and the Bar, they read from this book, and I was
Right.
wondering, are people getting tripped up off?
Yeah,
of
off a
the
single
word?
word versus the subject matter at hand.
Okay.
You're saying what, after, and this is saying end. Same
Yeah.
thing, ain't it?
End.
It's the
Yeah,
same
after.
thing. After it ended, it's still saying after Sabbath was over.
But the thing is, he was gone by the time they got there.
Yeah.
So it's saying that he was already gone at the end of the Sabbath. He was already out of here.
He could have left.
So
Go
it
ahead,
could have
go
been
ahead.
the very last minute before the Sabbath was over. However, it was already after the Sabbath had ended, it was dawning towards the first day. They hadn't even made it to the sepulchre yet. The angels were rolling back, had done all that before they even got there. By the time they got there, it was morning, daylight. It was the first day then, by the time they got there. So yeah, but by the time they got there, he was already gone.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the Sabbath.
No matter how it's sliced in whatever version you read, it's still the same thing. You cannot put his resurrection on Sunday. You cannot do
We're
it.
not getting 3 whole days and
Right.
3 whole nights.
3 whole days and 3 whole nights, because look, you gotta remember, they still coming from a Friday. He was putting the tomb on Friday. See, that's a Christianity doctrine that's mixed in together. See, and then these are individuals that say, I don't want to be a Hebrew no more. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you hear past practices, I don't want to be. You can't change what you are. That's like tomorrow saying, we don't want to be who we are. I want to be a Chinese. I want to open up me a rice house. What's wrong with that?
None.
Okay.
Can you cook rice?
No. Last time I tried, me and a friend of mine, Kai Merle, you know him, you know his uncle, Roosevelt. We tried it at 12 to become Chinese rice makers. We bought the boxes. We bought all of the boxes, and he said he knew how to cook rice. And we were gonna have bologna fried. The bologna was fried right. Had practice with that, but that rice was hard, like it hadn't even been cooked. We sold 1 box and it was thrown back at us. We went out of business. I was talking to him about it yesterday. As a partner of mine, I've been in New Orleans since 1969. See him every other week, you know. But I said, boy, you remember what we call ourselves? We're going to open up, we're going to put them rice folks out of business. Down in the projects, we're going to give wholesale deals. Boy, look, we was on the hook for dentistry appointments. Let's read this down to verse 6.
Hebrews said he got it too. Lamar said thank you. I
Yeah, but we
understand
want to
that. He
read it
ain't
on
had
down,
on the verse.
Lamar. And look, y'all, these questions ain't never personal, but we got to put you on point that where doubt don't slip in.
That's
If
right.
you
That's right.
understand it, you have to say, well, what I'm reading, it sounds like what they teach in Sunday church is the truth because of what we're saying. It's how you're reading it. It's how you're reading it in context versus all the other prophets. Everything must line up. Line upon line. Rule of law upon rule of law. You understand what I'm saying? If the Sabbath, if just say sundown 6 p.m. starts the first day of the week, right? The Sabbath is over. What if he was gone 2 minutes for that? You know what I'm saying? Or 1 minute after that. It's just when they got to the tomb. It's left there without the understanding. But Pentecost kind of tipped some things off. Count 7 Sabbaths and then 1 day. It's still 7 Sabbath. It's still on the Sabbath day. The day you're counting is just the day you do your feast. The first day of the week is just the day that it was reported. Sabbath is still locked down like Sabbath is supposed to be locked down. You can't be reporting and doing all of these things, and the Most High ain't gonna violate his own laws. But he told us how long he had to be in the grave. So if you count back, you know, you're gonna get Wednesday for that year that the Passover fell on. Because the Passover can fall in any part of the week, you know, it don't matter, it ain't set at a set time. So that particular week, when he's put in the tomb was on a Wednesday night, Wednesday evening. It's the only way you're gonna get 3 days and 3 nights. It's impossible to get to Friday. Unless you cut days to 12 hours and eliminate night. That's the only way, and then you technically can't get it, let me see, 12, 36.
3 days, 3 nights.
So y'all, it's a math problem that people just run with because it's just satisfying enough that I'm doing the holy day, so I think. But never question, where the hell are these monies coming from?
Right.
I'm talking about all the commercials don't even mention the Messiah. Easter never, now this is the kicker. Easter, when you look it up, it'll say the Paschal, P-A-S-C-A-L, meaning Passover, or the feast of the goddess of Astoria. Now, which one is it according to the Bible? Because Acts 12:4 say, and those were the days of unleavened bread, after mentioning the word Easter. So you know it's leaning toward Paschal or Passover, because unleavened bread and Passover go together. Not leavened bread and bunny rabbits. Because there's plenty of leavened bread. Ain't them cakes, them pies. I'm talking about women showing off them big hats with pies and cakes and fruits on them. Cherry pie hats and...
The Mad Hatter hats.
Boy, the Mad Hatter Day, you right. The big hat day, brothers in there with big hat midgets up in them. Finish reading that, brother.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
His countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow.
Yes.
And for fear of him, the keepers did shake, and became as dead men. And the angel answered and said unto the women, fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Yahushua, which was crucified. He is not here.
He is what?
He is not here. For he is risen, as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay.
He didn't say he rose just a few minutes ago, a few hours ago. When was the stone rolled away? None of that happened while they were there. See, so it eliminates you trying to say that the days start in the morning because no activity took place there while they were there. The activity work had already done. They were waiting for somebody to come to the throne. And look, and when you get into other books, you see Luke, you see the Pharisees, they said in the Roman, look, we're going to have to make up a story that they came and stole his body by what time? By night. Not by day, by night they came and stole his body, which nobody is around, and they roll a stone away in the midst of the night. That's the lie we're going to come up with. They did it at night. Well, that still eliminates your daytime, don't it?
And they paid off people to report that. So this whole he's gone on the first day, this was a rumor started way back then.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing new under the sun. The rumor about him being born of Joseph started way back then when he was walking.
Yes, sir.
It ain't nothing new.
They didn't want the prophecies to be true.
Yeah.
And they've been fighting it from the beginning.
Ever since. And you only have the children of those same Pharisees, and you can identify them so that you understand what a Pharisee is. They're always going to oppose the Messiah and set their own kings up. These gangs out on the street corners have their own Messiah. It's their leader. He tells them how to dress. He puts them on the street corner. Saw a boy the other day, Elisha, early in the morning with a 3-piece suit on, a 2-piece, standing right there on Chambers and West Florissant, passing out final calls, and he was already sweating. Yes, sir.
80 degrees.
Already sweating, and they got him in a full suit to look disciplined to the people so that they would take that illicit doctrine from you. So you dress up like this, and sooner or later, the ambulance gonna come and get you.
Yeah, he just a dressed up hoe.
That what? Say it again, Elisha.
Just a dressed up hoe.
Oh, right.
Ain't no different.
Yeah. Dressed up on the street corner, giving out pamphlets. You know, and not only that, but what you don't give away, you have to pay for it.
Yep.
It's
They gotta
hot
get-
enough out there.
And out of each final call, they only get 30 cents. Farrakhan gets 70 cents.
How you
And what
gonna
they
go home
don't,
with that?
and what they don't sell, they have to pay for all.
Yes, sir.
The
They
bean
have-
pies,
Huh?
the bean
All
pies.
that.
All that,
They
bean
gotta
pies
pay for
too.
that. That's inventory. They gotta pay
That's
for
like
that.
you don't take it if you can't get rid of it.
That's inventory. Gotta pay for it.
What you mean bringing it back?
No. No return.
What are these sweat stains on this paper?
No return. Yeah, I had him under his arm.
Yeah, yes, sir. White portions that turn yellow.
The inked and
Yes, sir.
faded.
Let's get it, y'all. Finish reading Isaiah.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
And go quickly and tell his disciples that he is risen from the dead.
Uh-huh.
And behold, he goeth before you unto Galilee. There shall ye see him. Lo, I have told you.
Uh-huh.
And they departed quickly from the sepulchre with fear and great joy, and did run to bring his disciples word.
Uh-huh.
And as they went to tell his disciples, behold, Yahushua met them, saying, All hail. And they came and held him by the feet and worshipped him.
Uh-huh.
Then said Yahushua unto them, Be not afraid. Go tell my brethren that they go unto Galilee, and there shall they see me.
Uh-huh.
Now when they were going, behold, some of the watch came unto their city, and showed unto the chief
Who they
priests,
show it to?
the chief priests,
Them Pharisee Negro preachers again. Go ahead.
all the things that were done.
Uh-huh.
And when they were assembled with the elders, they had taken counsel, they gave large money unto the soldiers.
What kind of money?
Large
See,
money.
this ain't no small money. This ain't no Judas Iscariot money. This large money. We got to bury this. This large money. I'm talking about this loosen your burdens money. I hear you 2 months behind in your mule note and your house note.
What's that? That Trump money.
Yeah.
That hush money.
Yes, yeah, that hush money.
Hush money.
Yeah, I hear you got a boy locked up and you can't make bond. That money, large money. Not no short money. Large money, y'all, to make you think about and put your conscience on the line. You see how this makes you a child 2-4 more hell than they are? Because they're buying you off right now.
Mm-hmm.
What else it say?
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Saying, Say ye, his disciples came by night and stole him away while we were asleep.
When they say he came,
By night.
see, so if he came by night, then none of the people that was there that experienced it wasn't there. It say they came by night and got him. They didn't come in the daytime and got him. They didn't come at the dawning of day. Say they came in the middle of the night and got him because they know he was gone already by then. They know.
Because he had already told them.
Nicodemus already told. They already know. He gonna be like Jonah was.
And that's why they were scared, because everything he had prophesied to them was coming true. Right before their eyes.
Right before their eyes, y'all. And y'all have to understand, y'all, I know it's a good thing to see Israel out there hollering who we are, but all they training was Deuteronomy 28. See, when you can't express yourself with minimal numbers, it ain't about that with the Most High. He don't need large numbers. Judges 7 proved that. Went from 30,000 to 300.
All these boys out here, they make themselves look bad. The Sakari boys was out. Told you about this a couple of weeks ago. So the brother asked, I asked the brother, I said, man, I just got a couple of questions. I said, man, y'all believe in this 12 tribe?
We got a question on that.
Huh?
We got a question on that. Somebody just asked.
Yeah,
So-
we'll get back to it. Yeah.
So, I say, you out here professing that the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, and the Native American Indians are part of Israel. I said, they had never been on the slave ships. They never went in the hulls of the slave ships and
Yeah.
came through the transatlantic slave trade. So the brother, he said, give me Hebrews. Okay. I say, so you gonna tell me how the Mexicans and natives are Israel? Yeah, this been approved. Ephraim. I said, man.
What'd he say?
This is Hebrews 7.
Yeah.
Ephraim is like a cake upturned. overturn
Ain't turn. That's for your high yellow Negro.
He
Have
said-
you ever seen it?
So he stops right there. He said, have you ever seen, have you ever baked a cake? I said, I don't bake cakes, Brian, but get to your point. You ever seen a cake baked? I said, yeah. On one side, if it ain't baked fully on one side, it's light. It's real light, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
I said,
Not
so,
chocolate cake.
I said, okay, so what? He said,
Not
that's
red velvet.
They'll tell you
Hold
shouldn't
on.
be speaking.
He said, that's telling you that Ephraim is a light, complex people. I said, oh, you kidding? I said, brother, oh, you kidding? I say, see, this is why, because the one brother, he said, man, it's obvious, you know the scriptures, but you angry about something. I said, you know why I'm angry? I'm gonna tell you why I'm angry, brother. I say, y'all out here like a gang, spitting a doctrine that you have no understanding of. You gonna give me Hebrews 7, telling me Ephraim, and that's all. I say, let's play by the rules. Give me my second witness here. Show me another
That paint the same
scripture
picture.
that's painting the same picture of
Case
Israel
uncovered.
being light complex.
One of the tribes.
So he goes to Genesis 49 and says, Issachar is like, I said, oh, you kidding me, brother? Is that what you, I say, you went to school, right? Start at verse 1 and tell me what that Hebrews 7 is saying.
Yeah.
I say, you have no understanding about
No.
what the cake is about, brother.
Yeah.
You don't even know what Ephraim is about,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I said, but you gonna use that.
Yeah.
I said, then the other thing I'm pissed about. You're out here with a hexagram on your shirt over your heart with wings on it.
Oh,
I said, you have the nerve to have wings on that bad boy.
Yeah.
I say, it's foul, man. I say, it's just what it is, a hexagram, brother. I say, David never knew that.
right.
I said, Solomon created that when he wrote the Grimoire and he was into his witchcraft, when
Right.
he fell victim to loving them strange wives in his old age. I
Right.
said, that has nothing to do with Israel.
Nothing.
Well, brother, the hexagram is just symbolic of a pomegranate. I said, nigga, I'm going.
That's
I
it.
said, on that one-
It's either the pomegranate or the
I say,
snowflake.
Negro, on that one, I have to go. I am not finna entertain your foolishness.
It's not a
I say,
foolish
why
folly.
would you put a symbol of a pomegranate? Put the damn pomegranate on the chest.
Right?
The hell you need a symbol for a pomegranate? I said, put the damn pomegranate on you.
That
I
would
say,
be
that is
better.
terrible. I say, and then for you to use them scriptures to tell me Israel is light complex, I say you've been better off giving me Jeremiah 12 that the heritage of Israel is like that of a speckled bird, even though that's not what it meant. I'd have accepted that more than this bull crap you just gave me.
Absolutely, bro.
I say that's terrible. I say you have no understanding. Then you're going to try to stand on it like you know it to be true.
Yes, sir.
I say that's foul, brother. I said then you running these people amok and running, these people running crazy from y'all because you got this gang mentality.
Yeah.
I said, and then you beating up on people and you have no understanding of the shit you beating them with.
Yes, sir. Tomfoolery.
I said, boy, y'all out of control, but I'm gone.
And look, like,
I'm gone. I'm not going to entertain this. I'm not going to debate with you. We're not going to go back and forth. But you got this young brother that don't have a clue of nothing.
Yes, sir.
And you got him trying to explain scriptures to people.
yes, sir.
Are you kidding me?
He'd have did better going to Job when he said, I wish I had died while my color hadn't come on me while I was
Yeah, he
still in my
could've-
mother's womb. That would have been better because it still would have been similar to a cake unturned. But you know what it been like? It still would have at least explained it better to a point. Cake being unturned mean you ain't made it to full development. Ephraim wouldn't make it to full development. They were cut off into witchcraft and got cast away. This is the same thing Job is saying. He's saying before a baby is born, before he gets his color, if he died premature, that baby gonna be light as hell if you were able to pull that body out of there.
Right.
How we tell how dark a child is, you look at the tip of his ears when they come out.
Yeah. The Samson was.
And not only that, but
Samson was white like this, and I was like, wait a minute.
now look
What the hell is wrong with my son?
I didn't
They were
say
like-
anything.
The nurse was like, wait a minute, Mr. Burton. I was like, hey, why is he looking like that?
look,
Me and his mama dark. Why is he looking like that?
nurse the same
She
way.
say, look at his ears.
They
His
like
ears
that
are black
ain't
as I don't
him.
know.
The Klan have been up in here and took nurse. And that nurse was like, you know what I'm saying? Like you saying, lights in both of y'all. That's what happened if you were able to see a premature baby when they pull out the womb. It's like it ain't came to its color yet. But what this is color doctrine that they teach. That's why they say black Hebrew Israelites. Once you put a color on it, it's done. Because this the deal. Then Africans would be the dominant people on the planet. Hamites would win the 100-yard dash, and they'd be dominating basketball, they'd be dominating. If it was about melanin, see, that's Pan-Africanism. It's Hebrew Israelite mixed with Pan-Africanism. And the real reason we want these Mexicans in here because we want them women folk.
And I told them that. I said, brother, study your leaders and what that ploy was all about. It was a ploy to get more money and more women from other nations.
Yeah.
Because they was on a punani hunt.
Yes, sir.
I said that's what it was all about. It was about money and punani.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with
right.
And when you really understand the scriptures and you talk to them, all they want to do is recruit you. If they can't recruit you, they don't want to talk to you. You start acting like you know script, they gonna
They're like, no, not you.
We can't get him.
Right.
We can't get him.
Because the Bible is not about color, it's about prophecy. See, our color don't change. We're going to mix with people, but the prophecy said we will be the dominant seed, both man and woman, so we don't get miscegenated out. But prophecy got to keep us in our place. Prophecy going to always keep us there, and it's only dealing with one nation of people, y'all. Prophecy puts that on there that where the Holocaust, which they say was 4 years and makes them the Jews, but they're missing 2 zeros for Deuteronomy 28. It's 400, not 4 years. It's Israelites, not Israelis. It's Jerusalem, not Tel Aviv. You understand what I'm saying? It don't make them Ephraim a cake unturned. That means light-skinned people. How many nations fit that bill? How many nations fit light-skinned?
I thought the Holy Ghost ain't in the Bible.
It will be in there. That's what we're talking about. But what they do is, you're so glad to find yourself in here as color because you've been told it's a white man's book. But the white man knows what color it is. And he didn't change it. He didn't have to. He didn't have to. He leave it just like it was. He's saying to himself, if y'all get past y'all punishment, then y'all find out. But if you can't, we're going to have you chasing the wind. And that's the whole thing. Never to touch it. So they're not responsible for your understanding. They're not. They ain't never said, this book ain't never said nothing about the white man. The white man, you could try King James Version, you could try these versions, but ain't nothing changed in prophecy. I don't care what book you use, the Sefer, Jeremiah screaming on them prophets, gonna be the same. I don't care what sefer you use, Revelation 21 gonna be what Revelation 21 is. It don't change. What happens is they try to change your mental with a word. And it's always, like we're going to say we're going to move on, like men, bosom in the Hebrew mean a closeness with your woman. See, and when the Most High told David, I would have gave you more things, and he didn't just particularly say wives, but they immediately run after that because that's the doctrine they chase. Multiple wives. The problem is, if I gave you your master's wife, that means I gave you your mother-in-law. And that means Deuteronomy 22 or 24, where we're going in, a man should not have his a daughter and her mother. So you're saying the father gonna give you your mama-in-law, and you can swivel hips with her and her daughter. You can do that. So you're saying God moves the law, he will move that law out of the way for a king if he hadn't done what he done to Bathsheba. If he allowed you to sleep with your mother-in-law, what is the crime with Bathsheba then? It don't make sense. It's hypocrisy. Y'all understand? But it runs that polygamy doctrine. Polygyny doctrine to say that. So they look at bosom meaning I can accept it even if it's lawbreaking. And so what it basically boils down to is their favorite tune. If loving you is wrong, I ain't gonna be right. I ain't gonna be right. Because the Lord said bosom instead of understanding the Father. Christ is in the bosom of the Father. There's Abraham's bosom. What you think going on in them two spots? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Bosom means just a safety protection place. And the only reason he gave David your master's wife, because she's now part of your household. You got to take care of her. Her husband is dead. She's a widow. And you the king of Israel. You got to take care of the widow and the fatherless. But he ain't never said nothing about, I'm going to let you keep mounting up wives. He just gave him an example. He said, you have free will to do whatever you wanted to do, but you looked at this situation and said, I want his too. That's a sign of greediness. Gluttony. And you think he's going to expound on his gluttony? If that's not a crime, then what he did to Bathsheba is not a crime. How can that be a crime then? I was going to give you this crime over here, but you committed that crime. Do that make sense to y'all?
No.
Okay. Where we at? Next question.
I'm all over the place here. Give me 1 minute.
Jacob answered that one.
Yeah, but there's several of them scattered throughout the chat. Okay, I got our question right here. I can pull this up real fast. Our push asks, Shabbat Shalom, Hebrew, can you ask Daniel, Solomon, who is the queen of heaven? I read in script, and it was someone who tried to gather sticks and offer up offerings to the queen of heaven.
What book is that reading? Where you read that at?
He asked who the queen of heaven is.
Well, the queen of heaven, according to Revelation 17, is the whore that sitteth upon many waters. That's the queen of heaven. Or Ashtaroth is the queen of heaven. See, Diana, absolutely, they made a statue for her. But see, they tried to, because that's in Egyptology, what they tried to do is make it Isis and Osiris. What's her name? Isis and her son Osiris, whatever. Yeah. Sex with the mama, so to speak. That's where that doctrine comes from. But when they asked the Messiah about mother worship or the queen of heaven trying to make Mary that, blessed be the paps you suck, he said, yeah, rather be those that get the word and eat. Who is my what? Mother. Who is my what? Brother. Those that keep the word of God. That's my mother and my brother. He put it up on spiritual knowledge.
And then when he was on the cross, he said, John, your mother, your son.
Yeah.
So he told John, hey, now you take care of
this your godmom.
This your mom's now. You take care of her.
And mama, this your son. So you don't feel remorse and you don't feel lonely about me. Right. I'm going to give you a disciple who's just like me. Right. In spirit, in mindset. It's going to be like I'm still with you always. And brother, you don't have a mother. I'm going to give you a caring mother. I'm going to give you a mother with a pure spirit. I'm going to give you that, John, so you can keep it going. Y'all understand? So how important is a God mother or a God son when you turn over all responsibilities to this individual? Right. That's an important task, ain't it? Yes, sir. And now you got men out here, this same doctrine that'll tell you if you get a woman and she got children, you got to get rid of the children. Because the children should be with the father. Where that at in the scripture? Where is that at? I read the women train up the children at a young age like that, then they turn them over to the father for manhood. But a man ain't got no breast milk. What the hell is he going to do with a child going to be looking for infant and an EBT card from the government? Where else he going to get milk out of his breast? Oh, okay, I forget it. They get Isaiah 60 messed up when it said your king shall be nursing fathers. So now you Negroes taking that to mean a king gonna be doing like this. Yeah, get on that Hebrew, get that titty, Hebrew. Boy. Get it, I used to be a King Charles. I used to be King Charles, but get that titty, boy. That's how it is when you read straight through without line upon line, rule upon rule. Y'all read Isaiah 60. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Nursing means to bring it up would be by kings. Like if you picture King Charles, your child, you said take him to the playground. And he's making sure he's straight. You understand what I'm saying? Pushing just right. Ain't trying to wrap him around the pole. You understand what I'm saying? Nice push. Make sure when he get him out of there, he's safe. You okay? No hurt? Okay. That's a nursing father. That's what their king is going to be reduced to. What you got, sis?
I was just talking to Pusher, and he said it was Jeremiah 7:18. The children gather wood the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven.
Yeah.
And to pour out drink offerings unto other gods.
Yeah.
That they may provoke me to anger.
Yeah, it's the same old thing. It's just the same the whore that sitteth upon many waters. The Queen of Heaven, that means she dominates all spiritual gifts out, not spiritual gifts, I should say all other religions out there from up on high.
Thank you.
It's called the Roman Catholic Church. It's the whore that sitteth upon many waters. It's the same doctrine because it's nothing new. Y'all have to understand this. The Queen of Heaven versus what Revelation is talking about. Revelation starts the war in heaven.
Right.
So it precedes Genesis. The war was before Adam.
Right.
Because Lucifer already here, right?
Right.
That means the war, he was already kicked out. So if we technically read the Bible backwards, we would start at Revelations and read back to Genesis.
Right.
That's how we technically supposed to read the Bible. From right to left, not from left to right. I mean, we can do it that way, but that's why Genesis 2 explains Genesis 1. If you don't understand that, then you're going to think there are two groups of people that was created on the 6th day. And he called, and he said he created man after their image, and that's what they'll run with and say that's who Enoch went after. The problem is Genesis 5. Let's see the generations of Adam.
Right.
When he created them male and female and called their name Adam. So either we got two groups of Adam and Eve out here that needs to be explained, or you chasing that Sherry Shriner's doctrine.
And that's why they try to say that, well, who was on the earth what Cain to marry? Because he married, but see, they don't understand that Adam and Eve had multiple sets of twins and triplets.
That was her curse, Lisa. One of her curses.
So she had
multiple conception. What does conception mean? To make pregnant.
15 sets of twins.
Yes, sir. 30
boys, 30 girls.
Yes, sir.
So Cain married his twin sisters.
And went to the land of Nod and created. And then you say, well, he couldn't have created that many people. How many get off the ark?
8.
Either you're going to say it was just that region that drowned out and there were still women on earth. Or you got to say everything was populated from planet Earth by 8 people that we live today. The 8 billion people that's on earth right now came from 8 individuals. Well, technically 6 because Noah and them was through hip swiftly.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all understand? It's easy work if you understand how it's putting it down. It's not going to break its own rules. Then that makes the Bible lies and hypocrisy. It cannot do it. That's why I say prophecy will never fail. It will never fail. It ain't failed for 400, have it? We still here talking about it, ain't we?
Yep.
It ain't failed. None of what it says, you gonna be the tail and they gonna be the head until I turn the power over for you like I did you in Egypt. That's still running, ain't it?
Okay.
He still calls himself, just like Ezekiel 36, identifying the dukes and the teens. They call Prince Harry Duke, don't they?
Yeah.
You know any Negroes named Duke? Yeah, we know a few. We know a few German Shepherds we named Duke. But I'm talking about power heads. Dukes mean royalty.
Yeah.
Teaming, the higher up of these 12 tribes.
Dukes of Earl.
Like our administration in 1 Corinthians 12:29, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, then governments and helps in this administration. It lists the order. And it's the same way in Ezekiel. It says they're mighty men, teaming, and Duke, that's who he gonna punish because y'all the ones that's drumming up all this drumming. But they got some abolitionists that's not dukes or team. You think they ever called John Brown a duke? Behind what he's saying, you know what he's called? Nigger lover. When we say it louder, nigger lover, John Brown. He ain't gonna be called a duke and a team. Even though he descended from their race. What else we got to buy?
All right, got a lot going on here.
Oh, it's 4 o'clock, ain't it?
Who is that? Let me see.
Getting good to you.
Daniel Gunn asked, so I can assume that y'all don't believe in the 12 tribes chart.
No.
Well, look, and let's not be fooled. When it first come out, it grabbed your attention
Right.
because you're looking, but through our history, you'll never hear us say farther than we can explain who Judah is. The other tribe, we just ain't never done the research like that. We know what our punishment is. The other tribes got to work out their own salvation. And notice this. They went and got the tribe of Dan out of Ethiopia. Named the tribe there, Operation Moses, Operation Solomon, black Jews. But yet, guess who they say Dan is? Nobody, because they don't have Dan on their 12 tribe chart. Dan ain't on that.
Go figure.
Dan ain't in Revelation 7 is why they move with it. And instead of explaining this Judges 18 and 19 of why Dan got moved out of the Azael we was going to hit, they're not explaining that Dan just absolutely disappeared. And you point to Revelation 7 and Revelation 14. But why then does he still got a gate in Ezekiel 44 and Revelation 21? Why is the gate of Dan still there? So Dan coming back in the fold, it leaves too many holes. And like I say, when you first see it, you look at it, but you know who else got a 12 chart? Herbert Armstrong. Somebody do this real quick. Google Herbert Armstrong 12 tribe chart. And let's see who they say the 12 tribes are.
Herbert Armstrong?
Yeah. 12 tribe chart. Let's see who they say the 12 tribes are, because you know what they say? These black Hebrews are our counterpart. We are the white Hebrews. They're the black version of us. That's what Tom Metzger said. They're just the black version of us.
They the cursed.
Anytime you say black Hebrew Israelite, it's a man-made doctrine. The Bible don't deal with color, it deals with nations.
Prophecies.
Color will change. What it say? You got it, sis?
I'm finna do this, bro.
You got it, 2 by?
No, I'm doing something else.
There it is, 2 by, Zed's got it right there, the lost tribe.
The lost tribe of Herbert W. Armstrong.
Who would say it is?
The lost tribe of, what lost tribes, you might ask? Why the lost tribes of Israel, of course. You remember them taken away by the Assyrian conquerors, roaming from here to there, finally setting in. This is courtesy of the Catholic Answers.
We're going down to see, they show the tribes. They'll show where they at. You got it, sis?
I have it.
What it say?
This is funny what he said about Judah.
What he say?
He said, we are not to expect them as a separate nation among Israel today to find all who would come against them. A small part of Judah was carried captive with Israel. He's got 2 Kings 18 as found in the records of the Assyrian king. Thus, among Israel, we should find a small remnant of Judah. We locate the name as Jews, Jutes, and living in Jutland.
Where they living at?
Jutland in Denmark.
Edlin, so they say the tribe of Judah is in Denmark with doing no bondage or servitude, captive to nobody. What we need now is that tribe of Judah being in bondage. That's what we need. If we don't, he just renaming the 12 tribes for what he want to do. And they're copycats because them same 12 tribe chart makers steal out of the Book of Mormon. They steal out of the Zionist books, Kabbalah and Talmud. They take out of that. Do you know that's where they get their hexagram? That's where they get some more of their teachers from. That they are still rabbis and don't have to worry about the order of Melchizedek. You'll never hear these camps mention the order of Melchizedek. They cannot, because they're going to have to name its high priest. And they cannot do that because it's not going to equal down to Leroy Jackson, who calls himself some great one. Mahua, the great one. I'm talking about when he walks in the room and they say, General on deck. Have you ever heard any of the disciples say that when the Messiah came in? General on deck, and you jump to your feet. General on deck? General of what?
Right.
I mean, has he been watching General Hospital nonstop?
When she said Assyria, did Assyria get conquered by Nebuchadnezzar?
We're not talking about Assyria. We ain't talking about none of where they went. He giving you biblical. What I'm talking about is how they're describing who the people are. It's saying Judah is in Denmark, or wherever they saying. We still got to find them going through captivity,
Right.
picking cotton, children sold without their permission, 0 cents an hour, and build Washington D.C. or build London, England. It's got to fit prophecy. That's why I say prophecy will never fail, and that ain't getting it because they still can't make them in the holds of slave ships when they get through. But they run a list, and they'll tell you where all of them are, and they in all white nations.
Right. Obviously tribes, they're like man.
And notice on the 12 tribe chart, they have no tribes in Africa. Like they use Sirach 40th chapter to say they went to Osiris. And they try to say Osiris mean America. Osiris don't mean America. It would mean America if nobody was inhabited there. But when you look up Osiris, it means an uninhabited place by mankind. That could be all over this world. It ain't just America. And then how is it going to be that when you got there and people already here? So it can't be Osiris. You understand? It's like the ships of Tarshish. Ain't no particular ship named Tarshish. Tarshish means a mode of transportation for a large body of people. Like Carnival Cruiser, that's a ship of Tarshish. Like a chariot of the Most High will be able to hold large amounts of people. So it will be a ship of Tarshish. Like a 747 or the new one they got with 6 rows of seats going across, that Airbus, that will be considered a ship of Tarshish to move that many people to another location. But it ain't no one location that we got to be waiting with our luggage. Man, you seen the ship of Tarshish? No, man, that was the 41 League River Rolls just went by. No, I ain't seen it yet. Y'all understand the Bible speaks like that. So when you look up Osiris right now, it'll tell you an uninhabitable place by mankind. And we can still find places like that on earth. Did anybody find where they list their 12 tribes? List, if you try to Google the white 12 tribes of Israel, try that. Some gonna come up. He used to put out his pamphlets too, his Watchtower type of books with the 12 tribes, all of them white. Now notice, most shows now, they always make Samson black. Because they know through archaeology, Dan went down into Ethiopia. They're not Ethiopians, they just dwelt among them. But if you look up the white 12 tribes of Israel, it's going to come up. They already had the chart. That's where they copied it from.
Next question.
Huh?
Next question.
Next question? We ain't got but a few minutes. We're going to go and close out with that then.
Next question is from Leslie Greer. She asks, why do Christians praise Jesus and all their songs worship Jesus? Aren't we supposed to put Yah above Jesus?
Well, let's understand it first like this. First, we got to get past what Christian is mentioned in the Bible 3 times. Positively. The only thing it says, they were first called Christ's followers. So we don't want to get Christian mixed up with the doctrine of Christianity. There's 2 different things. We are Christ's followers in the English term. It has nothing to do with Jesus and Yehoshua. What it is, it's a doctrine of Christianity that puts somebody up that's not even of Hebrew descent and say he's from Judah. That's them with a whole nother doctrine. That's Christianity. That's the Council of Nicaea. But
Sunday worship and all.
But Christian in the Bible is mentioned 3 times. So to do that real quick, y'all, let's just hit them 3 times so we get some understanding. So when they point to Christian is in your Bible, how you going to be able to answer that? Without saying my Bible has been tampered with, or go look at another one and understand what Christian means, a Christ follower. Let's go to Acts 11:26. Y'all, we're going to read these. We're going to close on out. Unless you got one more 2 Bibles.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Acts 11:26. Y'all, we're going to run these three.
We're done in that matter.
Done in that Matthew, yeah. And we're going to see if it's negative. It's like people that say birthdays, the 3-time birthday mentioned, and it's something always bad happen. Well, what about every day of the week is somebody's birthday and something bad happens?
Every day.
Every day. Who want 9/11 to be their birthday? White folks, I mean. You was born on 9/11?
You cursed.
You cursed. All three of them birthdays that they mentioned had nothing to do with birthday. What it happened to do is what people do on their birthday. That don't make it bad. They just take a celebration and run with it to another level. I'm taking mine 30 days like that king in the book of Maccabees. I'm going to do mine for 30 days.
I'm going to get drunk on mine.
But Psalm 90 and 10 tell us, teach me how to number my years. How you going to do that without a birthday?
Right.
How you going to know how old you are? Now, does celebration get crazy? Yeah, because they tell you to make wishes. And don't tell nobody what your wish is. Now, grandmama done made the jelly cake for you, and you know she still got your granddaddy's pension, and when she died, come to you and you making a wish. I wish you died immediately after this. What you wish for, Grandpa son? What you wish for? I can't tell you. I can't tell you, grandmama. It may be bad on you if I tell you.
Yeah, we all got the book. Remember that book you bought in fossilized cups?
Yeah. Well, see, that's what we're talking about. Outside books will try to dictate the Bible. What we're talking about, this is the main kicker. When did Joseph get out of jail? Whose birthday was it after serving 12 years? Pharaoh's birthday. So is it a bad thing? Joseph got let out of jail. On the Pharaoh's birthday, he's like, you mean to tell me he's still locked up? He's like, yeah, we let that boy out of jail. Is that still a bad birthday? Would it be a bad birthday for you, for the king, if you got out after 12-year bid? Would that be bad? Would you be saying it's bad? No, it's his birthday. Leave me here. Matter of fact, take me to the hole. I don't want to come out with the king's birthday.
I don't want no cake.
I don't want no cake either. Yo, it just don't make sense. It's what it's doing is what they're trying to do is tie everything into paganism. And it ain't. All you got to do is Google all birthdays bad biblically and see what it has to say. Don't take no book outside the Bible. They're mentioning everybody that does numbering your years as bad. Isaac had his birthday party. When he turned 1, they took him off the titty. Abraham invited everybody to the weaning of Isaac off the titty. And I hate using that, just saying it loud like that. But
yeah, real white food.
How many times can we say it?
Well,
emphasis on that bad boy.
Okay, let me change it. To the nourishment of a child.
It's in the
Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Was you a teeny baby?
Yeah, you know why you so stuck on it. You know we didn't have no infamy. My mama say, she was tugging a bottle from me. I was going to kindergarten with it. I said, what's that? Give me that damn bottle. Let's get these, y'all. Acts 11:26. Y'all, we don't take ourselves serious. You know we ain't taking no Negro serious. Talking about general on deck. You got to be kidding me. And then when a white man come in, he having an interview and got on none of them general clothes, sitting with his hands like this and got a ponytail going and got on his interview jacket and a pressed shirt. Yeah.
Talking like
and then naming what his government name is. Yeah. Oh, we're not violent at all. There's no record of us being violent at all.
Why they gotta be talking like
You do it properly. That's what I mean, man. Use the correct English. All that slang he be doing just go out the window.
Right, no doubt.
Using proper King's English.
Let's get it, y'all. Acts 11:26, or you can back it up if you need to.
Get to the point, man.
Yeah, get to it, y'all. Let's get it.
26.
11:26, Acts 11.
And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church.
What they assembled themselves with?
The church. And taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
First time we were called Christians or Christ followers were in Antioch. Before that, they called us another name. So you have to understand, we were first called niggers where?
Here.
Y'all understand? No. Niggers here. That's the first place y'all got that. Who was that? Niggers? What other nations learn from it? What y'all? Well, America call y'all niggers. If America call you niggas, we gonna call you niggas. First called niggas or Negroes at Antioch, or Christ followers. That's what a Christian. When you look up the word, that's what we're talking about. It's a difference from Christianity. Christianity is Roman Catholicism. They don't deal with chapter and verse. They deal with what's called Roman canons. It's like Nostradamus uses quatrains. Y'all understand what we're saying? But they need the Bible. They just throw the Bible in there just to grab your attention. Let's read the second. Acts 26:28. And then we're going to hit the kick of what Peter said. So Peter, get it in your mind straight that you don't have to, you can always just answer it like, well, look, I'm a Christ follower, but I don't chase Christianity. I don't take man-made religion. I'm a Christ follower, though. What it say?
I'm going to start at 26.
Yes, sir. Acts 26:26.
For the king knoweth of these things, before whom also I speak freely. For I am persuaded that none of these things are hidden from him. For this thing was not done in a corner.
Right.
King Agrippa, believest thou the prophets?
What he asked him first?
Believest thou the prophets? I know that thou believest. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, almost thou persuadest me to be a Christian.
See, he was answering Paul. Paul asked him, do you believe in the prophets? I know you believe in the prophets. So we get off of man-made doctrine. We're talking about the prophet. I know you believe in the prophet. I know you believe in it, Agrippa. Descendant of Herod the Roman. That's who Agrippa was. A Roman king at the time that had Paul locked up. Agrippa, I know you believe. I know you believe in the prophets. That's what he asked him, the prophets. So what comes with the prophets? Prophecies. Right? Then Agrippa say, man, you about to convince me that I'm a Christian. I'm a Christ follower. I follow Nero, Caesar. No, don't get me hooked up in this. What else does it say, Elijah?
Then he says, and Paul said, I would to Elohim that not only thou, but also all that hear me this day, were both almost and altogether such as I am, except these bonds.
See, that's what he's saying. Except y'all got the curse I got, I wish all y'all become Christ followers. This is what Paul said. Paul explains himself in Romans 11:1. I'm of the tribe of Israel, but I'm a Benjamite. Yeah, y'all call me a Jew, but a Jew is technically the tribe of Judah. But they're the head tribe, so I'll fall under Judah as being the head tribe because the Messiah comes there. But if you want to know my tribal origin, I'm a Benjamite. I come from Benjamin of the 12 tribes, if you want to say it like that. But I'm a Christ follower when you get through. He was the one Moses bowed to at the burning bush. Y'all understand? Now let's hit the kicker and we'll close out. 1 Peter 4:16. And let's see what Peter's saying about being called a Christ follower, not a follower of Christianity. Total two different doctrines, y'all. Christianity is what they teach on the first day of the week in most churches. Is they teach Christianity. The law is done away with, no judgment. That's Christianity.
White Jesus.
White Jesus, that's Christianity. And I'm talking about chasing him with no link to the tribe of Judah. If you're saying he's Jesus, he's out of the tribe of Judah, he would have to be, but you disconnect him from even that tribe in their doctrine. He's a separate white man from the rest of them. He's not Judah.
And in their doctrine, they have no tribes.
They
Ain't
have
no 12 tribes.
Ain't no 12 tribes. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's so miraculous, but Satan masquerades as what? Because the book of Enoch say he never lost his intelligence, he never lost his beauty. Most High left him just like that. So he tricked Eve them like that. He wasn't changed to a serpent. They knew right off. Left them like that because we have free will. Just because they look good, all that what glitters ain't gold. Some of it's liquor store jewelry. Give me that 6-pack of Coke 45 and that chain. Let's get it, y'all.
We started at 13.
Yes, sir.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 13.
What it say?
But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ.
See, if you be reproached for the name of Christ, reproach means talked about, looked down on, spit upon. Go ahead.
Happy are ye.
What are we?
Happy are ye. For the spirit of glory and of Yahweh resteth upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as an evildoer or as a busybody in other man's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian,
suffer as a what? A Christ follower.
Christian, let him not be ashamed.
Let him not be what?
Ashamed.
Don't be ashamed, y'all. Y'all just got to know the difference and play on words.
But let him glorify.
Let him do what?
Let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf.
On that behalf, y'all. And it's talking about Christ. It ain't talking about no doctrine. Christianity was against the Messiah and his disciples. Christianity is. When you look at it, they have no part. They don't do no holy days. How does Pentecostal not do the Feast of Pentecost?
According to them, you only have to keep the moral law.
I mean, but I'm just saying. It said it keeps the feast. What I'm talking about is you name yourself after that day of a feast day. And you don't even keep it yourself. The tongue part you want to bring in, but you don't want to bring the worship in that has to be acknowledged every year. You avoid that.
Nor they avoid the whole instructions of the tongue, no interpreter.
Yes, sir. So y'all, the Bible is what it is. It's the book of truth. It stands alone. If it didn't, every show you watch, every time measurement would go back to its original owner. Everybody, we would be dating everything in Egyptian time if they were the beginning. You know, man, about 3,500 Pharaoh seed. That's when Moses came on the scene.
Yeah, so if your God is God, why isn't time measured by your God?
Right. Why is time measured by the Messiah? BC and AD. No matter how you slice it, they're basing it around Christ's birth, who you say don't exist. Then you don't exist. You don't even know how old you are.
What year is this?
You don't know what year it is. You ain't got nothing if you eliminate Christ. And then how you gonna count the countdown for 400 years and we're in the wrong numbering system? See, that's when you drift back into Pan-Africanism. And you start thinking these black Africans, that I'm talking about black as a skillet or charcoal on a good day. Because they that black, they are the powerhouse. And if you get that black, you a powerhouse. See, we got to get that melanin in there. We got to get that black in there. Where the problem going to be, we're going to be eating and living in mud huts again. We're going to be doing everything in Leviticus 18 through 20 if we go back to being an African. Because that's who those laws are about. Don't be like them. They like their mama. They'll sleep with their mama. They'll sleep with anybody. They'll sleep with an animal. If you want that, then you go chase that. But that's dark melanin for you. And not only that, how you gonna get past what that dark melanin did to us in Egypt? You done forgot?
Yeah, they forgot.
You forgot what Moses had to put one of them down about raping a Hebrew Israelite wife in front of him?
And then want to kill him.
Tied him up, and then he said, I'm gonna go tell. He's like, no, you ain't. I'm gonna kill you. And Moses put him down, a righteous killing, a citizen's arrest, stopping a murder, and had to put him down. That's why Moses ain't never charged with murder by the Most High. And he got him out of there. But guess who came up and told him days later? Didn't nobody know. And Moses corrected two Hebrews. Y'all, come on, Hebrews, black on black crime. Oh, nigga, here you go. Mr. Killer of the Egyptian, of Mr. Melanated Man. We saw you.
They arguing and then turned on him.
Ain't that something? About what they knew about holding information to extort him because of his power position with Pharaoh.
Trying to break it up to get her.
That's why I don't get it.
Y'all understand, y'all? That's why the foes of our household, our enemies are the foes of our household. Micah 7, Matthew 10. The enemies are the foes of our own household. I ain't heard nobody in the last three things talking about nobody but their auntie won't listen, their brother won't listen, their mother won't listen, my black preacher uncle won't listen. I ain't never heard them say, I've been trying to break off some heathens and they won't listen. You know why? Because they'll listen.
Heathens will listen. And then they turn around and ask you,
and agree with you.
How do you know all this? Because I've had several heathens come up to me while I'm trying to talk to another Hebrew about the truth. One heathen came, got off his delivery truck, overheard me and his brother talking on the dock. Got off his truck, came over to us. He said, hey, how do you know all this stuff you're talking? I said, I studied. He said, yeah, you do. You tell the other brother, you need to listen to him. You know what the brother did? When the white boy turned around and went and got back in his truck, the brother turned around and walked away from him.
Didn't want to hear it from him.
Because he was a Christian. So he didn't want to hear the truth that I was trying to break down to him. But the white man got off his truck and acknowledged it and told the brother, you need to listen to what he's saying. And got back in his truck. The brother turned around and walked away.
Look,
like, man, I don't want to hear that.
It's a Gentile that called the radio station, Jason. He say, I've been following y'all a long time. He said, but what turned me on to y'all is when y'all said the order of Melchizedek. I knew the other groups were way off. They wasn't talking priesthood. They had no idea. As soon as I heard that, I understood these are the set apart ones. And it's not just us, it's anybody. It's the order of Melchizedek and Wardy P. them. Wardy P. them handle business. Was that Indy?
No,
Memphis? So, what, excuse me, bro. We're not talking about it's just St. Louis. It's just those who know that gospel. And they know who our high priest is. And they know the priesthood order. When you don't hear priesthood order, you got a man, give us a king spirit on you.
Follow me.
You have no instruction for the priest. You'll send anybody into the altar. See, Aaron couldn't even go into them holies of holies unless he followed instructions. And now you got Negroes just making up positions. General on deck. Have y'all seen general in Christ's administration? Have you seen it in the order of Aaron? And coming out of the island of New York, there shall be one, a chicken wing champion. Him shall you take orders from. Y'all read it? Look, when they did an interview with him, he took him to Wendy's chicken wing outlet. And they put 50 in them, and he's bragging about them bones stacked up like an archaeology find. Usually I do more than this on a good day. I'm talking about wings going in this side and bones coming out on that one and just stacking them up. And this is what he want us to charge for when general on deck. Yes, sir, there he is. Yes, sir.
You better have a chicken.
Yes, sir.
Better have a chicken wing with you.
Boy, look here. You'll be promoted.
With a chicken wing.
Let's close out. We good. You buy.
One more.
Okay.
Christian asked, a few weeks ago I saw a group of them talking about IUIC preaching about slavery, and it was at a Quick Trip off of New Hallsbury.
Yes, sir. We saw them yesterday.
They be up there a couple times a week.
Yeah.
They were preaching while homeless, while asking for change. And they said, isn't that considered hypocritical?
No. I mean, because it all depends on what that homeless was doing. Are they a beggar or are they poor? Poor is they lost their job and they're looking for another. A beggar's life is not to be counted as a life.
Right.
So you got to distinguish between the two of this individual. So it say, always look them in their eye. Don't look away. Like, here he come over to my car. You be like, what they do not go to the window. Yeah. So you're always supposed to look them in the face so that they can see you. And what you do is build a relationship with them. Because sooner or later, there should be moves they're making to get off the street.
Right. And not only that, when you look them in the eye, you can tell the difference between a beggar and one that's truly in need.
Yes.
You can discern the spirit.
Because
You know, by looking them in the eye, you can tell if one is really in need versus one that's just begging to get his thing.
It's sport now. It's sport now. They start bringing things. One guy sitting out in the heat with 2 dogs in the middle of the street. They burning up and panting. There ain't no water. No, I'm talking. These was a white boy. I know the brother. There's a brother down there. Because they got a basket and a bed up under the new highway right there. But those are the ones he's standing there and he's there every day, y'all. Every single day, y'all. So it ain't no sign that anything will count, but it ain't anything any work will do. If I'm able to stand out here in this heat, I could probably rake a few leaves or something like that. You know, but they're not doing that, so you have to define the difference. So they're not responsible for that individual actually letting him hear the word. What they need to do is preach what he can hear that solves that situation that he's possibly in, or lend him a hand to get out of that if that's truly the case.
Right.
I gave some money one day, he flipped the sign around, he had something else written on the back.
Wow.
I couldn't
What you
read
gonna
it,
do?
so
And
I've
look,
been mad.
and when you give them the gift, you can't worry about what they do with it.
Right.
No.
Don't go buy no liquor with that.
You can't give them no instructions. Now, don't go buy nothing. You can't do that. Don't give it to them.
Sure, for
It's
them.
illegal everywhere but here, though.
Huh?
It's illegal everywhere but here.
Well,
This one also-
panhandling they call it. It's just called panhandling.
Right.
That's just another name for begging. Panhandling.
But it's illegal everywhere else except here.
Oh, you see it everywhere though, bro. It's
I
catching
know,
on.
but
It's
St.
catching on.
Louis,
St. Louis is hot though, but they know where to go. But they're stretching it out now. They on St. Charles. They on the corner because it's becoming sport now. And not only that, now we bring our children out on the corner, and what it does is gets to your soft side. You want to see them out of that heat and in some air conditioning, you know, and you got to understand all of these programs out here, and they're not at the program place, you know, or at least coming to the church area where they can truly get help. They know what they're doing.
Indians too.
Yes, sir. You got them out there. Now some will be playing music for you. You like a good tune, you can listen to it. If that tune is worthy of a couple dollars, then pay them. But at least they're doing something. Their hand ain't just shaped like a cup. You know, they done got finished with a big slurpee from saying, what can I do with this now?
No, I see sticking his head out there.
Yeah,
right.
He be on the corner. He on that boy. He be no.
Yeah,
He
see.
on this. I said, boy, you doing the mannequin challenge. He got the sign up when he sleep.
Yeah, I don't know how.
If somebody was gonna give you something, you gonna miss it.
Look, I don't know how. I don't know what's in that drug, but you could be bent over and never go all the way.
Man,
I don't know how they hang in
Me
midair
either, bro.
like that. I'm talking about this close to the ground,
I
but
seen-
never touch.
I seen one with his leg up. On one leg like a flamingo.
Yeah.
Over on
Yes,
MLK.
sir.
Like a flamingo.
Yeah.
And then man, stop. Man, Sam's rolling up there.
Yo.
A mannequin challenge.
So not to cut you off, like, we don't want to seem ruthless to anybody or different thing, but the Bible explains economic position. Poor, middle class, rich. Beggar is not in the list. Poor is, I lost my job. I stole on the supervisor or whatever, and I'm paying a hefty price now. But what he's gonna say, I need to get back in that workforce.
Right.
It's a difference if you got an illness or something that prevents you from working.
Yes.
A lot of
Then that's a difference. Those are the people we look out for.
Right.
You know they'll get down. But when you make this an art, when you make this a way of life, where do they go at the end of the day is what we're talking about. With all they've collected, what do? Because I'm telling you, they're collecting good.
Yeah, it's a $1 billion, it's $1 million industry.
Yes, sir. And if you think them comedians be lying when they see that boy snatch out them like pull away jerseys and jump in a Rolls Royce or Lexus?
When I was in California, they had a special on TV showing homeless people that was doing that.
Yeah, it's
and going home to luscious house.
Yeah.
Now there's some out there, y'all
Just two
just
white
bad.
boys followed a white woman. She had been begging, so they followed her. The white boy said, "Man, I just want to see where she go."
Yeah.
He said because every time they come out, they see her.
Yeah.
And so one of them said, "Man, don't pull off. I just want to watch her and see
Yeah.
where she go." So they followed her. I guess it was her time up. She was like, "I got enough." She walked on. She went to walking, so they followed her. She didn't know they were following. Man, she parked her car like 3 blocks down at a McDonald's parking lot. Man, they get down there, man, she got a Lexus. Boy, looking nice.
Yeah.
White boy said, "Man, she got a car better than mine."
Look, Sloppy Willie was at the OJ's concert dressed up. You like, ain't that Sloppy Willie? You know, he used to be downtown in front of Levine Head Shop.
like
He was bent over real crippled like Eddie Murphy was in Trading Places. But he was going in the concert, standing up cool in a nice suit. They're like, man, that's Sloppy Willie, man.
He used to sit down
downtown.
He wasn't sloppy that.
No, boy, he was sharp.
And people used to say he was like that because, well, every time I saw him, he was on the ground in front of Famous and Bar downtown.
Sloppy.
Sloppy.
And then probably was
But then, he played a role, man. He played a role until we saw him one day. G'd up, walking just as clean and straight. I said, man, this dude been getting people for all these years. I honestly thought he was, retarded and crippled. No, he played it.
Played a good game. Played a good game, y'all.
This was back in the 70s.
Yes, sir. All the way up, and see, y'all, those are the things we have to have righteous judgment on. If you in doubt, you say, well, I'm going to give him a couple almost monitor this. If he back out there the same day, and the old one is, how do you run out of gas on the gas station lot? There my car is by pump number 6, but I ran out.
It was walking and everything, huh?
Boy, that was a good coasting job. You
Right.
coasted right to if you got out, right, if you got out and said, let me take a look at this, pop the hood, it may be something else. You can't pop the hood in nobody else's car. That car been there for a month. So y'all, we understand the tricks and things, but look, homeless shelters kick you out in the morning. 6 o'clock, you got to go looking for work. You come back here at the end of the day so you don't be on the street. But in the morning, you can't lay around scratching and asking if the news on.
Right. And then they make them go get government assistance.
Yes, they do.
And they keep their EBT. They give them so much on their EBT card, but that organization, that shelter, gets a lot of those benefits because they're caring for them.
Yeah.
And every morning they have to get out, go look for a job, and then they have to bring back, the jobs that they
look for. So you don't stay. They're not gonna put up with it either.
No, the homeless shelters, they actually make them, put them out to do, try to find a way of life and everything.
That's the reason a lot of them won't stay out on the street because they don't want that foundation and the rules they have.
They try to regulate me.
And look, it was a white dude. He missing an arm. He always
seen him.
You seen him? He messed around and got to the corner of his sister too quick. Boy, she was on him like honest. She was like this, and he was trying to, show I'm only one arm, but she was looking at him like, I'll screw that open out and beat the hell out of you if you don't get off this corner. And he went on fussing with one arm, and she stood there and then put her sign up like, I told you about coming on this corner. I'm like, boy, look, violence on the street corner.
He be up there by the Ross on 270.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know exactly
He
what
used to be on Hall's Ferry.
Yeah. They move around in that
the
general area.
with the 2 dogs took his spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they ran the one light-skinned cat that was always trying to walk like this and stuff. They done followed them to so many dope houses. Man, they see him, boy, they just run him off, man. He get to run off. Because, man, he played. He all like this. Oh, man, he played.
Really
but he used to go to the dope house around my mother-in-law house.
Yeah.
Man, we come over to my mother-in-law house. He walking just
like
going to the dope house.
Right, Chilling, I mean, stepping. Yes, sir.
Boy,
And
he
y'all-
come out, he broke.
Don't y'all ever think we disrespecting that position you may find yourself in? But the Most High say it's a way to get out of that position. Because he say, I make sure the seasons will feed you. There ain't enough shovels for the snow. There ain't enough rakes for the leaves. And there ain't enough lawnmowers for the grass. Yes, it's minimal work, but it gets you started.
It'll get you something in your
It
pocket.
gets you seasonal that you don't run out of customers, basically because the season's gonna keep happening. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Now, one thing you can't because of disability, but what they'll do is, they say, if you prove to us, we'll give you some money for being disabled. Y'all understand? So they can definitely get money from the government if they prove it. It's just the fact that it's easier to do this.
And a lot of them are mental patients, and they, like you say, they shut down Malcolm
They shut it down, nowhere to go.
facilities for them, so they on the streets too.
Yeah, yeah.
But what we gonna do with them, y'all?
Pray for him.
That's what we gotta do, y'all, because you can't bring them in the house and go to work.
Bring them down.
He like the couch looks like a stove to me. That's why I put lighter fluid on, put that chicken on it. You like, but you done burned the whole house down. You know damn well that lazy boy wasn't no.
It was just lazy.
Yeah.
All right, family. We're going to get this closing prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission.
Yes.
And it's in the name of his only begotten and beloved Son, our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer, Yahushua HaMashiach. But we know him as Jesus the Christ, family.
Yes, sir.
Long live the King.
Long live the King!
Reading in the book of Psalms,
Read.
in the 82nd chapter,
Yes, sir.
it reads, Yah standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah.
Selah.
Defend the poor and fatherless.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Do justice to the afflicted and needy.
Yes, sir.
Deliver the poor and needy.
Yes.
Rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
Yes, sir.
They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Yes, sir.
I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
Yes, sir.
But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O Yah, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations.
Hallelujah! Selah!
One love, y'all. Long live the King.
Long live the King!
Appreciate y'all. Y'all got a chuckle or two. We greatly appreciate it.